7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Record. All right, there we go. We are live, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
I hope you guys have been having a good weekend so far. I made a snap sassy comment at Sarah, and her mom overheard it, and I'm worried that her mom thought I was being sassy and snappy with her.
I think my mom knows better.
Okay, good. But we are back. There's a lot. Ah, there you are. I was gonna say there's a lot to explain to Cryo because Cryo was not here last session.
But I was here for a chunk of it.
For about half an hour.
No, he wasn't here. He was gone.
He was gone.
He didn't exist. He was born like today. He came out of his mother's womb.
Okay,
He's never
that's
existed
weird.
before today.
Wow!
I thought you were gonna say he hatched from an egg.
I just spawned in.
I don't know. Is your mom a bird? What the heck? I guess she is a bird.
All right, I'm gonna need everybody to do their best bird impression, starting from Arugi. Nice. Okay, Cryo.
Hold it.
Nice, Sarah.
Bird shit.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Jay Grizzly, thank you very, very much for that sub.
Oh my god.
How are you doing tonight? Hope you are having a good one. Enjoy them bears. Get some dancing bears down. Also, hi Missy, how's it going? Wow.
Yeah, welcome everyone.
That doesn't get you out of your responsibility to do a bird impression, Christine. Oh, fuck. Damn, it's like the fucking pigeons that get stuck in my windowsill. Fucking cooing me awake, being like, help.
What the fuck were they doing that?
I don't know, man. They love it there. But then they just can't leave. They just get stuck between the screen and the window, and then they fucking coo at me, and I'm like, God damn it again.
Green.
I used to have pigeons in my balcony when I lived in downtown Toronto. It was really good. I liked pigeons a lot. They would make nests in our in our balcony there, and like our potted plant on our balcony, because we didn't have like a net or anything up because, you know, whatever, birds can just be birds. And,
Birds just gonna be birds.
yeah, birds just gonna be birds, and they can be birds on my balcony. So they would like straight up make nests, lay eggs, hatch little babies, and those little babies would like panic anytime we went close. Yeah, but it was very wholesome stuff. We would always I would always go out onto the balcony to stare at them.
To stare at the little pink naked babies.
Yeah, they were really ugly, but it's okay because then they became cute. And then they would fly away, and then they'd come back and lay more eggs next year.
I saw a great post, which is like, there's two kinds of baby bird. And it shows like a little fluffy cotton ball and a naked screaming abomination.
Yeah.
Sort of naked screaming abominations.
Yeah, true. And then they get fluffy.
Cotton balls, but
Well, I guess it depends, because like chicks, like
Yeah, they hatch as cotton balls.
Yeah, like chicken chicks
Yeah.
are
I guess.
cotton balls, but then like pigeon chicks are like ass.
They're just ass.
Just like
They're just
flesh.
ass.
They're just like flesh gummy bears.
Yeah. Like gummy bears made of scrotal skin.
Mm. You couldn't pay me to make the joke I want to make right now. Arugi, how are you doing today?
Your boy's tweaking off some pre-workout.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if you were gonna say you're fucking glizzing out.
Mm.
The glizzy grease is
don't
giving
drink any,
you
like caffeine, like coffee or
Yeah.
pre-workout unless I plan to lift heavy. But one of my friends suggested I take some of his. I didn't know it had like 600 milligrams of caffeine in it, so I'm like, my skin's crawling and shit. So if I'm distracted, that's the reason.
Yeah, I usually just have coffee, pre-workout,
But
regular
They are
coffee.
grizzly.
Oh, you can hear that.
yeah, I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water.
Good.
So I'm gonna be making lots of pee this stream.
Hell yeah. Pea Factory.
Yeah.
My brother's got blue raspberry flavored pre-workout. And anytime he makes it, there's always like a blue raspberry fucking mist in the air after.
Oh, is it the biosteel stuff?
What was that?
Is it the biosteel stuff?
I don't know. The label's been ripped off that thing forever. But yeah, no. Whenever like he'll take a scoop of powder, but he does it in such a way that he fucking diffuses the powder into the air. So it always smells like blue raspberry wherever the fuck he goes, and he's like, "Yeah, breathe that blue raspberry."
Mhm. Someone explain to me the concept of pre-workout. What does it do?
So basically a lot of caffeine.
It gives you energy so that you can overwork your muscles for that workout, so that you can like tear them better, so that you can build them back better.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd be done with it by I worked out for like maybe 3 hours. Ran a bit as well, but fuck.
So basically, it's like overclocking your body.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's how working out works. Is you're supposed to like rip your muscles, but like not in a way that they can't be repaired easily. So you just create a bunch of like micro tears in your muscles, and then when you eat protein, your body assembles the protein strands into muscle in places specifically where it tears. But the thing is, anytime your body is damaged, because that's how the human body works, it tries to build it back larger and stronger so that things don't tear next time. And so it's just a process of finding your limit and then tearing it.
Taste in a scoop.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Possibly tearing it up. Yep. Fuck.
Man, I've got an issue where like I can't get to the point where my muscles get like super sore anymore.
The dreaded plateau.
Well, for me, it's because my heart can't like keep up.
Wid.
So
Sorry,
yeah,
what is wid, Bloodia? Wid.
I think at a certain point
wisdom.
of working out as well, you generally don't get sore anymore. Like
Yeah,
haven't felt sore since.
that's generally when it's time to like increase weight. That's referred to usually as like the plateau.
see, I tried pushing myself last time I went to Muay Thai, and then my body was just like, "Oh, you're gonna get heart palpitations." And
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, "What?"
Yeah,
So,
that's part of why it's
I
important to work
almost
cardio
died.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, I do cardio. It's just it seems like my heart is very like atrophied compared to the rest of my body, which is now jacked. So yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't even do like weights or anything like that. I specifically like.
Well, time to get
I
some
do Muay Thai
fucking
martial
some piccolo ass weighted clothing.
Mhm.
Start wearing some weighted armbands. That way, when you kick somebody, you can send them flying across the fucking room.
Yeah, shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna be Rock Lee.
In my eyebrows.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not much of a Piccolo. I do like the fact that he's green. That's pretty cool, but he doesn't have my eyebrows. Yeah, I look like I could probably be related to like Guy Sensei.
I'm just
Why do things
squinting
go
here.
quiet?
Like, is that a compliment on yourself?
I don't know. I look like a crow gunk. is what I say. So like, I
Oh,
don't know
boy.
if that's a compliment to myself or not, but you know, if you want to think of it, I think it's just a very neutral statement.
But anyway, Cryo, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I fucking super clean my place, so everything's pretty much good except for my bedroom. My work's been really fucking stinky with the hours like usual, but I fixed it for Saturday, so we haven't got to worry about last Saturday happening again. Last night I finished work at 12. So yeah, that's fun. Not really. Aside from that, Messing about. I got Krita open and fucking around with some basically not Photoshop.
Oh,
Meep, 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 meep.
Yeah. Fun things.
what you making, Krita?
Thumbnail teaser thingies.
Oh, for your burgeoning VTuber career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made like a couple before for like Zelda. I'm gonna keep making a couple more.
What's in your Zelda thumbnails?
First one basically just had VTuber instead of like the logo for Tears of the Kingdom, but I just put like Frim on the Z.
Ah,
And then just like one of those like sticky, stretchy hands with Gorilla Glue on it.
so it's
for an
not
ultra hand.
it's not cropped pura porn.
No.
I mean, hey, I can volunteer my own homemade with love.
Yeah, that's how you get the
You
clicks.
could. I could just do that, be like, art by you are reading this. Go check them out. See the whole
Mhm.
thing. Have fun. I have too much fun. Use
Oh
your
yeah,
ultra
Cryo
hand.
stream. So y'all should follow Cryo.
Shouting out cryo against my will.
What?
No, wasn't expecting that.
Mod's giving a shout out without me asking. What does the world come to? It's like I don't even have to ask them to do their jobs anymore.
Yeah. This one is gonna have fucking Enel in it from One Piece, just in the background.
Sorry, did you say there's a character in One Piece called Anal?
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of, okay, so quick tangent.
About anal?
Sort of. So I recently got new glasses. I finally managed to get ones that work, but unfortunately, they kind of the arms of the glasses kind of dig in behind my ears, making it a little painful, especially if I'm wearing them with headphones. And I was having a conversation with my brother not too long ago, a couple days ago, or might have been last night, something around then. And I was like, check it out, I got new glasses. Unfortunately, they're really pressed in behind my ears. He's like, yeah, that's why I got LASIK. My brother got laser eye surgery a while ago. And he was like, so I can see cocks really well now. And he just points to the opposite wall and is like, I can see dicks on that wall. And I said, oh yeah, name every genital. And he fucking starts waving his arms like a crazy person, and his eyes roll back in his head, and he starts going, the One Piece is real.
What?
And he fucking leaves on that note.
What?
That's regular behavior for my brother.
Demons.
I think he has, yeah, he's probably got demons.
Holy shit.
Just keeps them as pets.
Yep.
Man, yeah, I fucking relate to the whole glasses like pressing on back at your fucking.
Yeah, it hurts quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes, it does. It sucks. I can't get LASIK because my eyes are utter shit and the astigmatism way too high.
You know what's funny is that they gave me really high astigmatism correction on my glasses, and when I put them on, I was like, I can't see shit. And on these glasses, they just removed the astigmatism correction, and I can see perfectly.
So,
So I
you
don't.
have a-
They think that I do, but apparently I don't have it as much as they think I do.
Huh.
Very bizarre.
Yeah. So like I can see better without astigmatism correction. But anyway, Sarah, how are you doing today?
Okay.
Eh,
I've had an interesting week.
what's been going on with you?
I basically didn't sleep for 2 days and I had to work during that time, and I also had a job interview during that time. But the job interview went pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know. I feel like it would be a lot for me to give the whole fucking job interview story right now. But basically, they were unprepared to do a job interview. I was unprepared to do parts of the job interview, but I managed to make a good impression anyway. Even though I'm not really sure what
Yeah.
the
You
job is,
basically
an hour's drive.
they tried to throw you a curveball and you just aced it.
I don't think they tried to throw me a curveball. I think she just didn't fucking actually read my application. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a red flag to me when, the person forgets that they had interviews that day and is running around like a maniac because the store manager who was like supposed to do them just, decided to call in that day and is like very obviously understaffed.
Ah.
I don't know.
I mean, you gotta wonder why the last guy got fired, right? Or left.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. There's probably something about the organization of the place that was shit.
yeah. And also, it's like, I don't know. I don't like hearing I wouldn't have considered your application if you couldn't work evenings and weekends.
Oh.
That just to me means like, oh, brace yourselves for like stupid schedules and
Yeah.
being called in because they haven't scheduled enough people.
I guess you'll be going for the other place then?
Well, I mean, there is no other place at this moment.
Oh, I thought you had
call
the
them back later because they interviewed like me and another person at the same time, and I didn't get a chance to ask. Is like, hey, how much are you gonna fucking pay me? And if it's not a lot, I'm just gonna be like, look, I gotta drive an hour to get here.
Yeah, I thought you secured a spot at the menswear place.
Oh yeah, I've been working there for like.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you don't need a second position then, do you? Like necessarily?
Well, I'm only working 2 days a week right now.
Ah.
Hmm.
It's bullshit from all sides. So.
Darn.
I don't know. I feel like the manager at the menswear place is in a bit of a bind because he's like in one of those positions where he's like, well, we're not making quotas, and like it's not a store that I would imagine gets like any foot traffic because of its location.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're having trouble making sales, and then so he can't justify like having someone there full time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just downsizing the business as much as he can.
Yeah, but he's like one of those managers, like he like desperately doesn't want to do this. He's like,
Oh.
okay, I had to cut some hours, so I cut like one from you and one from you and one from you, kind of thing.
Also, hey,
Well, that's
Fexus.
nice, at least.
How's it going tonight? How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, he's a good guy. It's just, I get the feeling if I could be there every day, splitting the difference between like the tailor shop and like working with customers, he would want it that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has like the means to do that.
I mean, is it like a privately owned thing, like not like a big corpo or anything?
No, it's like a big corpo thing.
Okay. Because if it was like a privately owned thing, then I'd just be like, why don't you try
small,
other ways of selling, like
small location,
Etsy or something? Because like I've seen a lot of like manufacturers, start putting out stuff on like Heyo, Fexus. They would put out stuff on like Etsy, for example, like little things, and those would sell a little bit and help the business as well and give work in between.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, for example, Alexia used to work with a manufacturer, and the lady that owned the place, like they would only have like seasonal jobs for the most part, just because they would have things like they would be working on like costumes for competitions, and competition season is basically just like winter for like, like figure skating and all that shit. So that was, so that was what ended up happening, and like dance and all that stuff would also happen around that time too. So very seasonal, and because of that, like the lady was just like, I don't know how we're gonna stay afloat, and she was like, well, why don't you try doing something on Etsy or something? Maybe you could try making like men's swimwear or something. And they were like, all right, let's fucking do it. And apparently it sells not bad. So
neat.
They just release Speedos in different patterns.
Yeah,
oh, I see.
It's not like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one small location of a bigger chain.
They got the gay community really fucking good, apparently. I didn't know that they really needed Speedos that badly, but apparently they do.
Well, that's because
Not-
your thumb is not on the
not
pulse.
boring Speedos.
It's true. But yeah, it was just funny that it was like,
Especially like unique printed Speedos.
Yeah,
I can really see that taking off with the
Oh,
gay
yeah.
community.
For
that-
sure.
yeah.
that
They had like golden and silver Speedos, and that was just they fucking
Yeah.
ate
Oh
that
yeah.
up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would do it.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that
like the
would do it.
crossover. Golden Speedos, there's a Venn diagram where it's like gay men and like 60-year-old Persian men.
Me in the between all of that,
Yeah.
because I'm gay and Persian.
You're not fucking Persian, are you?
No.
No.
Only Speedos I have are the American flag.
Yeah, American flag
True,
Speedos.
true.
I have like
I'll
5
get you
pairs
some
of
golden
those.
ones.
Yeah, we'll get Arugi some golden Speedos. We got the
Fuck yeah.
hookups.
We
Shiny
do.
ones. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So
Oh, yeah, they're shimmery
reflective.
as hell.
You could be like, hey, check it out. You can see yourself in my Speedo. Anyway, honey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm painting a boob right now.
As you do. I'd be more surprised if you weren't painting a boob. Why are you painting a boob?
I'm painting my weed girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm making a... Okay, so I got pissed off because everyone's really lazy when it comes to, like, making human versions of, like, weed. Of cannabis.
to making cannabis, what is it? What's the term?
Cannabis Chan.
Jinchikas or whatever?
Gajinkas or whatever.
Gajinkas.
Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't like that because it was all really basic, and it would always be like some girl with like green hair and like a t-shirt with like a little marijuana leaf, and I thought that was the laziest shit ever. Like, I can't even smoke her, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? So I made another waifu, and I like spent a lot of time researching cannabis, really long time.
Can you put some like bars over her so that you can share it?
Sure. Let me quickly draw a bikini on her. Actually, I could just extend
just put-
her fluff.
Okay, I was gonna say just put some friggin' black bars on there or something.
No, I'll draw her little fluff so that she's. I don't know. Actually, is that going to be appropriate? I wonder.
Just put the black bars on. It takes 2 seconds.
Black bars.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that appropriate?
Ah, fucking whatever.
You
Do
guys-
you think
I
Twitch
used to follow
staff is
on
here?
Facebook who had like the wackiest character, like the wackiest weed character. I've tried to remember their name.
Oh,
That's
Shit, I
the
deleted
one.
my Facebook such a long time ago.
the wackiest weed character.
The wackiest weed character.
Okay, let me make black bars. Black
You're
bars. I don't
Like a
know,
Sonic persona character.
Oh my god.
bruh. Just in case, I'll put one on her crotch too, even though her crotch is, it's not really there.
Yeah.
But, YOLO.
Crotchless
Can't be too
weed.
safe, right? Crotchless weed. True. And then I'll just post screeny of it so far. But she's really cute. I spent a lot of time researching weed. I even know what strain she is. She's got a name. She's anatomically, as correct as you can possibly get, while also being humanoid. But I did try to make her as anatomically correct as possible. So let me just.
But yeah, it's not like I'm putting it on screen. I'm just saying so you can put the link up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll post it here first, and then I'll do a little
Yeah.
linky boo.
There she is, the weed girl.
Yeah, where's
I
chat?
like she's fluffy.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can like shear that off and smoke
Oh no.
it. That's the concept. The little like orange things are the stamen of the flower. The buds
Lewd.
are the buds are the part that you smoke, and those only come out if you have unfertilized or unpollinated female plants. So she's a virgin.
That you said that in the creepiest way possible.
Yeah.
Weird ass.
I mean, is it? I don't know if that's the weirdest part. I straight up gave her like smokable, like I don't know, like you could trim the bush off and give it a little puff.
All right,
you know?
yeah, you'd okay. That is also pretty weird, but
Yeah, I
Guess
think
that's
that's I
how,
think that's probably weirder.
guess that's how your brain works.
Yeah, I guess.
One of
That's what
these
happens
days,
when
Honey
you're
was just
degen.
like, wonder if I could smoke pubes.
I mean, I would never. But like, if they were fucking Northern Lights, then yes.
If they were great. All right, wonderful. Anyway, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, everybody.
Fucking astounding, yo.
There's
Also, her name is Sensi. Yeah.
there's our preamble over with.
Yeah,
We
Sensi
can-
is specifically the female cannabis plant that's not fertilized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the technical term for that. But I thought it would be a cute name. Yeah. Anyways,
puts
let's
the
play.
muzzle on Honey for a moment
Yeah.
as soon as she starts frothing at the mouth. But welcome
Weird.
back to Dungeons and Dragons, everybody. To recap last session, who would like to help me recap what happened last
We
time?
tried negotiating, but instead resorted to violence.
Did you?
No, we didn't. We negotiated.
We broke a guy's hands.
Well, his
Well, I mean-
thumb,
No, we healed it.
and then you broke it again.
Mm.
It's
But
a
we
form of
almost did.
violence.
But we healed it. It's like it never happened.
It's like it never happened, only mentally.
Yeah, he's got.
You can't heal the mental scars of that interrogation.
Mm.
Maybe I'll just put that music on for now.
To be fair, we warned him.
Well,
We warned him and we gave him alternatives.
True.
so that actually has not helped recap anything.
I found out that we weren't hunting down the silver body heads, but the silver body heads.
I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Snatchers.
You know what? I could probably actually go over to the here to this screen where you guys were trying to figure things out. But
I'd like
basically,
to think our day still sinks.
they're the silver body snatchers.
Silver body snatchers.
What a moment of revelation that was. But essentially, the party is hot on the trail of a group of humanoid smugglers in an attempt to make a connection between this organization and various other organizations around the world who have been harrying them. The party has attempted to infiltrate their various bases and is now at a spot where they are known to gather, and they are stealthily attempting to gather information about this group. Because the party knows that they also gather at a secret spot out in the middle of the desert, but the only way for them to get there is to get the smugglers to lead them there willingly themselves. So the party is currently attempting to gather as much information as they can so that they can disguise themselves as members of the smuggling group.
So we're not disguised yet?
No, you still need to gather information because you still don't know exactly what these guys are all about. What you have
But
done...
we are black-faced, right, as dark elves.
Oh.
What a stun lock.
Yeah, really.
So what you guys have done is you've determined who is going to be disguising as one of the slavers, who is going to be disguised as the slaves that they're selling, and who is going to be just hidden from view. The ones in the middle there are going to be the ones who are the slaves, and then Wally and Ardeus here are going to be disguised as the slavers, and then Loishka and Pumpkin are going to be hidden out of view. Also, you have to determine which weapons you're going to be smuggling in. It's going to be easy to smuggle in one-handed weapons.
Well, we can finally bring back the thong.
Can I disguise my horn as?
I mean, your horn just looks like an instrument, really.
Okay, very cool. That's my little drinking gourd. That's what it is. I'll put a fork on it.
But yeah, in terms of gathering information, you figured out a few pieces of info that you want to try and go after. But think about how you're going to try and get them.
So what was the info we were after, other than like where they are?
1 sec, let me bring you back to this page one more time. So the info that you're after is listed here. You need to learn about the nature of the silver body snatchers. What are they afraid of? What is their culture, their hierarchy? Who are they selling to? Who funds their operations, their supplies, their equipment? Do they make money off these services? Can you get them to take them to the base of operations? Their gang signs and symbols, basically their sign language, and then their language as well as their passwords. Also not written here is things like how they dress, how their slaves are dressed, etc.
All right, time to go undercover, I guess.
So what they're afraid of, their culture and their handarondo?
Handarondo.
Handarondo. Hand-erondo. Handarandondo.
Before coming here, can we take some of the clothes off the previous slave that we did save?
Yeah, you'll probably give them new clothes when you unload them.
Give them
That way,
different ones.
that way they're not wearing those surgical gowns. Now, the only problem with that is you don't have ones that will fit Olivier.
Shit.
Fresh meat.
Can we get like two of them, just sew them together or something?
Yeah, one of you will have to attempt to craft a bigger getup for Olivier.
Anyone have any skills in sewing? That's a skill, right?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me check. Actually,
That's like Wally's parents own like clothes making.
Yeah, Wally's mom.
I'm trying to check if that's something that I had. Did I don't know if I.
I mean,
did I
Wally's
write it down
mom's
here?
farm is like between or on the way, right? Just asking.
Hey mom, make me
Yeah,
cult
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, well, make me these weird surgical clothes. Okay, so that is something that you could get Mrs. Wally to prepare for you.
I can't see. I don't think I have anything for that. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll just get her to do that. Make
Can't
some
wait till
for
this time.
make some for each of you based on your sizes and whatnot.
Yeah. Tim doesn't have either, and he's going to be heading off.
Yeah,
elsewhere
but
anyways.
how would you guys like to go about information gathering?
Could use imp and wizard.
Are we
I don't
like
know.
And
known in
go
this?
around town looking for guys doing cool hand signs at each
Sorry,
other.
Sarah,
Doing hand
your
signs.
whatever you said just got eaten.
Are we like known in this area for anything?
If you go around announcing yourselves as the Funky Crunch, people are going to know exactly who you are because last time you were here, you went around announcing yourselves as the Funky Crunch.
Okay.
Yeah, so she at least
Oh,
like
we
also
did go-
But if you like disguise your group, if you just wear like desert robage and whatnot and hide your faces, then it'll be enough that people won't recognize you.
Okay.
These fellas aren't known for wearing like I guess the only the subgroup we met were underwater, so I don't know what they would be wearing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start with that, with just making myself look like a local. And then I'm gonna basically go around, like, asking for a job and, talking myself up as, like, a hunter. Somebody
Okay.
who did, like, tracking and shit and
Sorry, to what end?
to get a job with the Silver Body Snatchers.
I don't know if you can just come in.
Yeah,
and ask for
no,
a job.
especially not because they very much refer to themselves as a family and a tribe. So I think you have to be born into it.
I'm thinking maybe doing my 3 move flock of familiars, having them like patrol around. Since it's a mile radius, I could just chill around as well. Trying to listen around, look around.
Yeah,
Maybe like
I don't know if
have
there's...
one at a tavern, one looking for like bigger caravans that are coming around, suspicious caravans. Maybe taking a peek inside.
That's kind of not a bad thing, looking, like, specifically following their caravans around or something like that.
Okay, so the thing is, eavesdropping around here, there are tons of individuals and groups that kind of meet the description of shady characters smuggling things. So it's very, very difficult to piece together what information would specifically be from the Silver Body Snatchers, considering basically every group of criminals around here has their own jargon and codes and whatnot.
Shit, so everyone's doing cool hand signs at each other as well. Shit.
Gang.
We should make our own cool hand sign, guys.
True.
Chancing codes. Even though we could just meet the top. I mean, if I'm knocked out.
Actually, that's not a bad idea to just have a gang sign. Like, it would be good because then we can, like, identify each other.
With our cool gang signs? Hell yeah.
Yeah, especially because there's, like, spies and shit after us.
Alright, let's make one up right now. What's our cool gang sign?
Right now? Fuck. I don't know. I'm not good at thinking on the spot.
You'll workshop it. The problem is everybody uses that.
Shit.
But ours
To the side.
is like the D's nuts one.
two okay signs, like
Two okay signs. True, they've got to be like interlinked.
like yin
That's
and
how
yang.
you know.
It's our yin and yang.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that goes hard.
One's upside down, one's regular. That's
Oh my god.
That's our gang sign.
Okay, so is the plan then to like split up and hunt for rumors?
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Okay,
the
so-
only one who could really understand language here, though, is Iska.
I mean, folks speak common here.
Oh,
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
There's an assortment of languages spoken around: Common, Elvish, Undercommon.
I guess one good way of finding people that are perhaps more related to the Silver Body Snatchers is actually finding people that speak the same language as the Silver Body Snatchers.
Or perhaps
Looking out
one
for-
of us could pose as a buyer.
Maybe, yeah.
Look, I got a farm up north and I need people to work there.
Or become the enemy.
And then
Learn
if
how they
anyone
work.
is legitimately looking for a job, we'll just be like, yeah, here you go.
You're free, Dobby.
At this point, Logan suggests we also have, the symbol to go by.
Which symbol?
You know, the worm
okay,
with the hourglass.
Oh, right, I forgot.
That's tattooed onto the slaves, though, right? Not the fellas themselves.
The symbol was also on the maps.
Oh, okay.
True.
So perhaps we could confront somebody who we know for sure is not Sovrani and try and see if anybody knows this symbol.
Marky probably be the best eyes for anything, unless it's part of the.
Sorry, who
group
would?
Itself. Barkeeper. If
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of people are passing through town, maybe he's seen something.
Okay. So one of you will ask the bartender what specifically.
All right. I'll ask him if he's seen this sign before. I'll slide him a paper with that sign on it.
He says, he looks down at it and says, you know what, yeah, actually, there was, what would you call him? I guess, a historian who was around. He was asking, if anybody had seen this symbol, kind of like you guys were. You in the same kind of business? You scholars?
Yeah, we're scholars.
Oh, I see. I guess I could hook you up with the guy. Usually,
that'd be
yeah, he
great.
usually comes in here some nights. I can let you know
All right,
when
we'll
I
be
see him. I can
staying
give him
at,
your info.
We'll be hopping around town for a while.
Also,
anyway,
this is
so.
a sandworm, isn't it?
Yep, sandworm.
We've got some sandworm experts around town. If you want to give them a holler as well.
All right. Sandworm experts. Let's check out the sandworm experts, fellas.
Okay, so would you like to check out the historian or the sandworm expert first?
I assume for the historian we have to wait like a.
It doesn't matter. You're going to be here for a matter of days anyway doing this.
Okay, very cool. But I think the sandworm fellas would know a lot more, especially since the silver body snatchers did have like a vial of poison on them, so they probably have a contact in or with the sandworm fellas.
Perhaps.
I haven't been able to get around Dune references for the better part of the last like 10 sessions.
Perhaps we should
Damn.
meet up with the historian first.
Up to you guys. The only difference it makes is
Yeah,
what info
sure.
you get first.
Let's
Okay,
go.
okay, historian first then.
Yeah.
All right, so the guy ends up approaching your group where you guys are lodging, and he asks you about where you came across that symbol.
We found it on a body.
On a body, my word. What is your interest in the symbol then?
A couple of fellas had this cool tattoo. We're wondering like what's the significance of it.
Of the symbol itself? You don't necessarily
Yeah.
know what it could belong
Found it on
to?
a body that washed up on shore.
On shore, even.
Trying to find the
Where was it on the person?
Up on their chest, right? Like above the heart, or was it just on their chest?
Yeah, it would have been above the heart.
Yeah, above the heart. Ouch.
I see, fascinating. I had actually never seen anything like that. I wonder if this does have a connection. How much do you know about groups of secretive desert tribal folks?
Not much.
Yeah, not much.
What comes to mind when presented with this symbol is the Sovrani nomads. They're a group comprised mainly of dark elves, humans, and hybrids thereof.
Okay.
Have you heard of their look before?
No.
I think so. I think we've heard of them mentioned before.
I'd be surprised their existence is rather secretive. Usually it's only scholars like this who really remember. During the Great Diaspora from Aridides, when Tenegar worshippers were excised from the population and they were traveling south, There were several groups that broke off and tried to find homes in different directions. One of these groups, the main body of pilgrims, ended up founding Samaria near where we are now, some 1,000-odd years ago. But many others perished in the desert. Those who managed to survive and didn't make it to Samaria ended up finding a new way of life out there. Those ended up splintering into various different tribes who are so numerous and their genealogy so complicated that scholars have had a hell of a time trying to find information about them. There's one group that I've been theorizing about, the Sovrani, I've been calling them. Not many folks know this, but the name for the area, the Sovra Desert, that name comes from their word for land, which is Sover.
Okay.
It's a bit of a distinct sound from Sovra, so remember that. Sover.
Right. Wait, I can't write on my arm. For Silver. Okay.
I need to be Wally. Big boy.
Yes. So the various tribes that made a life out there, it was a life that I believe was centered around the amazing creatures that they found out there in the dunes and managed to live alongside. I'm talking about sandworms, the giant creature that you can see in the symbol here. I believe that's why this symbol contains the sandworm, is because of the cultural importance that they had to those various desert tribes. As the story goes, they found that the tracts of land that the sandworms plowed through ended up turning into high-quality soil that was perfect for growing. So the Sovrani people nomadically followed the sandworms around, learning how to hide from them as they did so as to not end up being a food source themselves. They built their whole culture around following these things around on their constant migrations looking for food so that they could keep finding fertile lands, and that's part of why they must have stayed nomadic and never ended up interacting very much with city folks. As far as my theories go, anyway.
I see.
Ever able to contact any of these groups?
Sorry. Oh, well, that was all a long time in the past, you see. Once authorities and erudities in Samaria learned of sandworm-based cultivation, they decided that they wanted to develop such a thing themselves for their, larger industrial-sized farms. Since the whole sandworm thing was their way of life for the Sovrani nomads, they were likely threatened by folks from the big cities trying to manipulate the sandworms into behaving differently and changing their routes, so their cultures likely would have been highly disrupted by this. I imagine that a lot of the fighting that was reported from bandit groups may have actually been Sovrani nomads who were eventually subjugated by city folk with their city magics and city technologies and whatnot, and perhaps even forcibly integrated. Really not something you're going to find too much in the history books. Anyway, I believe that the remnants of the Sovrani tribes should still be found out there in the desert, though they're far fewer than they once must have been. Most of them would have had to give up on nomadic life to integrate with a lot of the small settlements near the cities like this one. It's unfortunate, but for the most part, in order to survive, a good chunk of the Sovrani people probably turned to working in some shady business. Desert bandits, smugglers, you name it. For the few people that know them, the name Sovrani has become synonymous with criminal activity. Anyone who lives in this area who doesn't live in a city, you know?
I see.
Well, that, I guess, tracks with what that guy was saying.
With what guy was saying?
I don't know, it was like one of the guys we were interrogating was complaining about things.
Okay. Are there any other questions you might have?
I want to ask this guy what his opinion about everything is.
Well,
Like,
What a vague question.
I don't know. I just want to know what he thinks about the Sovrani people personally.
Well, as a historian, I do have a vested interest in researching and preservation of cultures. I think it's incredibly unfortunate that, for the sake of increasing the yields on those industrial farms, that the culture that developed around the sandworms was all but destroyed. It likely was a death knell for many of the tribes out there in the desert.
What, because the sandworms are gone?
Well, because their way of life was so disrupted, they had for possibly hundreds of years come to, be nomads following the trails of the sandworms in order to find fertile lands, and then suddenly the sandworms are diverted to the cities where they're no longer able to simply pick the food from the land since it's all behind gates.
Mm.
Though I don't know a ton about sandworms themselves.
Okay. So who do you work for?
Huh? Oh, I'm an independent researcher, a scholar. I make my money doing dissertations and papers and news articles and whatnot. A freelancer, really.
Yeah. And you've had no issues writing about this kind of stuff?
Well, most of it is speculative, but I haven't been accosted, if that's what you mean.
How long have you
Are you-
been studying
Yeah.
Oh, probably
these tribes?
better part of 2 decades?
Oh, okay.
Ask him if he's got like any other of his works, whether on hand or like they're named.
You ask him.
I'm engaged technically, aren't I?
Oh, you can likely find my dissertations at various libraries, especially around Samaria and Erudities. Here, I'll give you my title and whatnot. Here's what you can look for if you want to ever give them a read.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Though, once again, keep in mind, many of the things published are simply speculation and opinion, and not necessarily anything that has been backed up with hard testimony. It's simply a call to research and preserve these cultures, which admittedly hasn't been met with too much enthusiasm. I guess people don't see a lot of profit in preserving cultures.
That's a shame.
It certainly is.
Well, I certainly like preserving cultures.
Good. Fellow scholar, then. Through and through.
We're gonna work with this guy one day.
Okay.
Yeah, have you studied anything else? Because I kind of want to invest in this dude.
Nothing.
Yeah, me
nothing
too.
that I wrote down. He's probably got a whole ass life, but he really only exists in this little microcosm right now. One of
we'll
these
hit you
days,
up
I'll write
again
more shit
later
for
in the
him.
future.
I don't know. Ask him about something, whatever the fuck you want. I'll make something up.
That's the reason why I asked about his works. That's the reason why I asked about like other works and stuff.
Well, how about, do you know anything about their language?
Oh, about the language of the desert people. The language that you might know as Undercommon was actually adapted somewhat over many, many years by combining Elvish, Common, and the native languages of those who lived out in the desert. So you can still see many roots in words that come from the desert. The main one being that this entire region, the Sovra Desert, comes from their word for land, Sovr. For instance.
And do you know anything about them using like a hand sign language?
Hand signs? Fascinating. I wonder why that would be. You know, I think I'm coming up with a theory here, if you would humor me. Perhaps it's that they use hand signs so that they don't have to make unnecessary vibrations in the desert. I hear that sandworms actually detect things based on vibrations when they're burrowing, since naturally they wouldn't be able to see. So maybe they had to develop those hand signs in order to avoid making noise around the sandworms. In terms of what the language could be, I'm not entirely certain.
I see.
I have heard of hunting groups that go out after sandworms using similar methods, where they will communicate using flags.
My dog is so cute.
What's he doing?
He's sniffing everything on my table. He's trying to get to my chicken. But I karate chopped him in the head.
Oh no, what the heck?
And lightly. So he couldn't get it.
Dang.
He was like, damn.
Can't believe
Yeah.
this to me.
Can't believe you've done this.
Bump.
Yeah. The bump. But yeah, interesting. Sandworm language.
Sandworm language, not exactly.
Sandworm language.
Sandworm language.
More like language to avoid sandfirm.
I'm gonna spell the word fuck at the sandworm in ASL.
Wow.
Okay. Does he know any good resources for learning Undercommon or whatnot? Any good?
Oh, honestly, the best thing to do is usually just hang around places like this and learn the language. Like I said, in its current state, Undercommon is a combination of Common, Elvish, and Native Desert languages. So using your own knowledge of Common and Elvish might help you pick up on it if you spend enough time in, little bizarre towns like this communicating with folks.
I see.
I just nod knowingly.
Plans to help you learn
what should
a bit better with certain bits.
What should we give this man as a thank you?
Or business card. No, I'm kidding.
Not now.
A good amount of gold. What's a good amount of gold?
Maybe we shouldn't give too much gold just because I feel like he would probably be like, "Wow, so these people gave me a whole bunch of gold," and then we'd be famous as the people who have a bunch of gold.
Does he have any books on him that he's willing to sell us? That he's written? Just
No, he doesn't bring stock with him on research trips. Yeah, he also doesn't take care of printing himself. He sells the manuscript to places that print for him and then stock it.
Mm-hmm. So, where are you researching right now? Like, where are you going to research stuff?
Oh, I've just been along towns like this, researching, as I'm sure you know, any sources of this symbol that you've presented me with.
Really? So, yeah, I guess it just traces back to the Sorani people, huh? And that's what we've gathered.
It's useful to know.
To know what?
I don't know what their motivations are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one thing we don't know.
I don't know. I we could give this guy some bannock.
Was some bannock? You mean pemmican?
Pemmican, that's it.
Yeah. Also,
Sorry.
hey, Skippy.
Sorry, that was bad. Bannock's like a bread.
Yeah, bannock is bread.
I'm sorry.
Also, when I went to the Namirez powwow, they had scone dogs, which is just corn dogs, but they use bannock bread.
How was that?
Well, I couldn't eat one.
He's on keto.
I'm on keto, so I couldn't have one.
Oh, I think this was before.
No.
There a while back.
Yeah, Namirez is in June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, June, July, and August are my keto months. But Megan and her sister had one. And
Did they like it?
yeah, they seem to enjoy it. And there's permanent places in Toronto that do bannock bread stuff, so
Sorry, I got them mixed up.
that's
Okay.
alright, I guess.
Actually, wait, you're not forgiven.
What?
We do it for the bit. Anyways. But yeah. Pemmican, yeah. That's very funky.
Thank you for your info. Have this meat puck.
Thank you.
What is the cultural significance of this meat puck?
Everyone love meat.
Ah,
Or we could always hit him up with some more information when we get them. It'll be helpful for his studies and his books.
Yeah, true.
in that case, where would I be able to contact you if I come across anything?
We're the bronze battle boys. Here's our what's it called?
We'll be in the area for a while.
Yeah, we'll be in the area. Probably visit you before we leave again.
I see.
We're in Rudy's.
Indeed. Okay, do you have anything else to ask this guy?
Not at the moment.
Okay. In that case, would
What's
you
your
like
favorite
to...
color?
Gorple.
Good color, good color.
Good color.
Yeah,
Yep.
very refined taste.
It's what you get when you mix green and purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
Okay, so do you
You know
want
what's
to...
weird? Sorry. If you mix together phthalo green and like violet,
Does it
it
taste like
makes
coffee
some-
crisp?
it makes like a weird indigo color.
Really?
Yeah, it's strange. And I'm like, but blue is supposed to be a primary color. It's weird. Like turns like a dark blue. Strange.
Yeah, it's probably just whatever they have in there making the pigments,
yeah,
combining
imagine that,
with
like,
the others to...
like the green, like the yellow part of the green, and then like the red part of the purple probably cancel each other out, and then like because violet and like phthalo green have a lot of blue in them, it just like becomes blue again.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much blue between the two colors.
I was one of the books that I was reading recently had a character who was an art restorer, and the way that he did his craft was that he would do everything super literally, where the pigments and stuff that he had to use would be like the same as the stuff that they used like 300 years ago when the piece he was restoring was made. So he'd have to like get some pigeon shit in order to make his white and whatnot. And like grind up some beetles for his blue, etc. And one insane thing that he did was he would extract the dust from the painting, from like in between all the cracks and stuff, put it in vials, and then when he was done restoring the colors, he would fucking brush the dust back on. To be like, I have to make sure this painting was made in Verona. It needs Verona dust.
Okay, relax, bud.
Yeah. Yep.
Was
So-
this like a real guy?
No,
Okay.
it's
Fiction or non-fiction?
it's fiction. It was Robertson Davies' What's Bred in the Bone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, calm down, guy pretty much describes most Robertson Davies characters.
Yep.
They're all
Yeah.
like overly intense artists and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, do you want to move on to talking to the sandworm expert?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, in that case, the bartender directs you to the guy and says, "Oh, you're interested in learning about sandworms? They are, let me tell you, absolutely magnificent and terrifying creatures. It has been an absolute wonder being able to make a career out of studying them. What'd you like to know about them, or would you like me to just give you the entire lecture?"
Entire lecture, please.
Oh, all right. He puts on some glasses and pulls out a scroll. You wouldn't believe how many times I have to recite this.
Is it free? Like, is it a public education thing where you're teaching people about sandworms?
Call it my enthusiastic interest.
Ah, okay.
It's valid.
So, sandworms are surprisingly closely related to earthworms, you know? Though, I suppose they're a little more closely related to worm-like creatures you'd find under the sea. They're invertebrates, basically a giant boneless muscle tube with segments covered in hard, scaly plating. They're also hermaphroditic, and let me tell you, if you type hermaphroditic into a Word document, anytime you type HE from then on, it's going to attempt to autocomplete it to hermaphroditic.
Oh no.
But they're also hermaphroditic and they lay eggs. They have these massive mouths with rows of calcium structures, similar but not quite the same as teeth. They're actually used to help propel them through the sand in the earth that they burrow in, as well as filter out the food that they eat, like a big old net. They mainly
like
get
a
their...
whale.
Yes, that's actually a very apt comparison, especially because of the size of the things. But they mainly get their nutrients from rock minerals and the detritus of dead plant and animal matter, as well as nitrates and other rain chemicals in the soil that they consume as they burrow. If they're in need, however, they are fully capable of grabbing hold of and digesting a terrestrial animal, or even a whole herd of them in one motion.
Are they known to do that?
So where do they get nutrients in the desert? Aren't they known for like producing nutrients in the desert?
Oh, well, in terms of the tilling, the earth that these sandworms pass through ends up becoming soft, moist, and good for planting, because they grind away rocks, and through the digestion process, the soil that they leave behind, as it were, from their waste, is actually also incredibly mineral rich.
Huh.
See,
I don't
they...
know if I understood any of that.
Oh,
I understood it. I don't know if
Yeah.
he actually. She's just nodding.
basically the same thing that earthworms will do. But this effect is actually made use of by farming engineers who learned to manipulate the behavior of the sandworms in order to direct where they travel. The way that they've done this is by producing certain sounds that the worms respond to and can be led to. You see, sandworms have little to no eyesight, but they have a fantastic sense of hearing. Well, hearing's a strange term for it. It's not entirely accurate. It's more that they're able to sense vibrations of different distance and frequency with a high degree of sensitivity using their entire body like a receptor. It's similar to the...
Here?
Sorry?
I mean, the way you described them before, they sounded like a giant butthole. And this is in character, by the way.
Oh.
And Yax is like, but now you're telling me they're like a giant ear, actually.
If that helps you understand, then certainly. Imagine if you could hear out your butthole, but it was also your mouth.
Oh boy.
Yeah, except instead of hearing through your butthole, it's actually vibrations.
Also, heyo, Sass, welcome in.
I don't know what that means.
Welcome to this episode of D&D, where both D's stand for Dune.
Heyo.
Yeah, it's gonna be no end of Dune references, basically. But how was your stream? Thank you for giving that shout out to Sass. How was Nio 2 tonight? Yeah, Dune and Dune. Oh, nice! You finished it off then. What's next on the Miro Dies to this series? Code Vein next, oh boy. The Weeby vampire game.
Anime Dark Souls.
Anime Dark Souls. You should play the Made in Abyss game. It's fucking wretched and no fun to play.
God.
And it's a Souls-like in a sense.
Oh?
I've seen the wacky QuickTime events for that game.
Yeah, it It's a Souls-like in that you move around and you can roll dodge and attack in theory.
In theory.
In theory. And most things one-shot you.
I see.
But there's one major problem with that game, which is that if you spend more than 10 seconds in the abyss, it infinitely spawns insects all around you. And the insects interrupt every fucking action you try to perform. Climbing? Nope, get fucked. Insect. Fishing? Nope, get fucked. Insect. And so you end up running out of food and starving to death because you're trying to harvest more food. Here, let me harvest from this guy's body. Nope, fuck you. Get interrupted by an insect. Climbing up a rope? Nope, fuck you. Insect. You fall and die.
Fucking conchus.
Yeah. Basically, imagine if you were playing Monster Hunter, but a conchu spawned every 10 seconds around you, and like in groups of like 5.
Wow.
It's so awful. It's legit. It's like if you took out that one system, it could maybe be a game. The first thing that people did on the Steam version was made a mod that took out those fucking spawns. Sadly, I got the Switch version. Also, yes, this is Lowtown Rabinaster. Also, hi X, how's it going? How are you doing?
Hello.
But yeah, I only got as far as the 3rd layer in that game. I
not that far at all.
I kept trying to give it a chance, being like, okay, maybe this time I'll just bring enough food and I'll go in and out. No. Because the way the Abyss works, you need to like climb walls to get back out. You can't just fast travel home. But climbing gives you the Curse of the Abyss. So you need to climb like 10 feet, stop, wait a minute, climb 10 feet, wait, stop. And the 3rd stratum, since it's a fucking big vertical wall all the way down, means the entire fucking place is climbing. So the entire fucking place is trying to climb and getting fucked by insects. So that's where I eventually had to be like, no, I can't. Yeah. In my save, I'm actually like fucking stuck in a spot down there because I actually cannot climb back up because I'll just get like knocked off the wall anytime I try to get out of there. Absolutely wretched, do not recommend.
That's too bad.
Paid full price for it, can't refund. But yeah, anyway, getting back to sandworm things.
I realized the music isn't playing for me.
Oh, it's not? Do you just have your browser
Yeah.
muted or what?
No, it's just not playing. I don't know I don't know why it's like that. Maybe it's audio output source, nothing. Audio input source? Do I just what? How strange. Because it's like, oh yeah, allow Roll20 to use camera microphone, and I'm like, no. But I typically always hear the music.
Weird.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, so I look at audio/video chat, and it's like, okay, well that's the chat, and then master music volume level is at maximum.
Weird.
Maybe others can hear or see none, and then
yeah, missing out on the Lowtown music. Though to be fair, I play this anytime they're in Greatheart or Samaria, so they've heard hundreds of hours of it.
Okay.
Heard hundreds of hours of it before we even started playing this
Yeah,
game.
from playing FF12.
Could probably, you know what? If I could do an entire orchestra with my voice, I could probably do this song off by heart.
Yep.
Yeah, rest in
This is
pepperoni.
one of the good ones. Oh no. What if I did this? If I hit
I wonder
stop
if it's just because
and then play. Can you hear it now?
Think I can? Wait. No.
Oh, okay.
I think I just heard it from like other
From
someone
mics.
else's.
I see.
Or no, do I hear it? I can't fucking tell.
I have it very low.
Maybe it's because it's really low.
Yeah, like on your tab, does it have the little like sound symbol?
Yes.
Okay, so it's playing the audio. It's probably just playing it very low.
It's like a tickle.
Yeah.
It's like a tickle and it
I have it as low as possible so that it doesn't annoy people.
I see.
It'd be cool if players could like just pick what they want to listen to individually.
Yeah. I'll put on my own music.
Oh.
'Cause
I
can't
mean
actually hear it.
like within the Roll20, if they could be like, oh yeah, intense battle, I'm gonna listen to the workout song.
Hell yeah. That's constantly what's going through our Deuce's mind, that workout song.
Amazing.
Well,
Anyway, where was I? Oh, right, so... sandworms have little to no eyesight, you see, but they have a fantastic sense of hearing. Well, hearing's a strange term for it. It's more so that they're able to sense vibrations of different distance and frequency with a high degree of sensitivity using their entire body as a receptor. It's similar to the echolocation that we've observed in bats and whales. Sandworms themselves make fascinating thumping sounds at massive volumes over great distances, likely as a way of communicating with other sandworms in order to locate mating pairs or avoid crashing into one another. That essentially means that hearing, or this vibration sensing, is their main way of understanding the world around them. This is why sandworm herders wear clothing that hides their sound signatures and absorbs vibrations, so that the sandworms won't detect their presence.
mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should get some ourselves, fellas.
So they wear certain clothing that absorbs their...
Yeah, that absorbs vibrations.
Okay. What is that
Now-
clothing made of?
You know, I'm not exactly an expert on what the material could be, but perhaps you could ask any of the sandworm hunters around, or just kind of maybe go up to the farms at Arudities and see if you can get info from them.
Can we go check out these farms? Are they open to the public to like check out these cool worms?
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
though this guy wouldn't necessarily know that.
Hmm.
Now, there is one more odd characteristic of the sandworms that I am fascinated by, and that's their venom. You see, sandworms have hard tail tips that form a cluster of stingers. They almost resemble hairs or a porcupine's quills, but massive and just dripping with venom. Now, normally, a creature only has to develop venom if it's hunting prey of a similar size to itself, or if it's trying to ward off threats that are much bigger than itself. In order to even the odds, they make up for raw strength with deadliness of poison. Sandworm poison is the most potent venom in the world that we've discovered so far, often killing instantly. Now,
Well, it's designed to kill things that are the size of a sandworm.
right. So we have truly no idea why the sandworms would need to develop so deadly a poison when they're already the largest terrestrial creatures we've observed. So, and keep in mind that this is just a wild theory, but some biologists like myself have proposed that perhaps sandworms are not in fact the largest or deadliest things out there in the desert. Perhaps they needed that venom to deal with a creature that is potentially even more terrifying. Though we've seen no evidence of such a creature existing, it's entirely possible that such a beast went extinct before we got here and the sandworms simply retained their poison from that time. Regardless,
Maybe it's dormant.
Yeah, it's
Oh my goodness.
where normal people can't reach.
That's also certainly possible, considering our limited reach into the desert.
Wally sweat emojis.
Regardless, sandworm venom is the most prized and most expensive and most difficult poison to acquire. Only high-profile assassins and Canim's most eminent medical researchers would typically be seen in possession of the stuff. But that's the basic rundown anyway. Hope that our talk helps bring about more of a widespread understanding as to the sheer majesty of those great, massive, wonderful sandworms.
So, do you study any other types of worms? Or is it just sandworms?
I mean, yeah, not that many worms are, you know, quite equal to the majesty of sandworms. I had to kind of understand smaller worms in order to learn things about the larger ones, like I mentioned earthworms before.
Have you heard of what kind of worm that, burrows inside a person's head?
There are certainly parasitic worms around that have known to feast on the organs, including the brains of their hosts.
Like worms that give you psychic abilities, I'm wondering if you've heard anything about those.
Worms that... pardon me? Worms that do what?
I'll show him my little worm. I'll have a little worm come out of my head, I guess.
He screams. Are you alright? Are you sure you shouldn't have a doctor maybe take a look at that?
Look, I'm talking to you in your head right now with this worm ability.
This is a nightmare.
Okay, then I guess you hadn't studied this kind of worm, I guess.
This can't be happening. Who are you people? What do you want?
I just want to know more about worms.
We don't.
I'm like you, a worm scholar, but instead I learn about brain worms.
Know about worms. This guy has a parasite from our practice.
There's mystics over in Erudities who will talk about how implanting yourself with a parasite will give you magical powers, but there's mystics all over Erudities who will offer various things as a way of gaining magical powers. Typically, the university cracks down on them. They're considered witches.
Well, I mean, nobody offered him the brain worm, but I guess if they did...
How did I get this brain worm?
It was in the puzzle box.
Oh, yeah. Right. Why did I put this brain worm in my head again?
Why did you put the brain worm in your head?
You were like, oh, cool worm.
I'm
buddy.
You're like, I need a friend to share my pain.
Hit a good friend.
Yeah. So. Ardeus right now has several headmates. He's got various skeletons.
Mummies, or one mummy.
Oh my god. Imagine the screaming caterpillar. They just go, Ree!
Caterpillar, but with Ardeus' sanity.
Ree!
Right. Now with these, no, they wouldn't fit. They're too big.
What?
The sandworms, they're too big. They wouldn't fit inside of me.
Oh, well, With enough lube.
With enough lube. Oh, shit. And I reckon we do have enough lube.
How much lube does it take to fit a sandworm inside you?
Reminds me of like that really cursed image of the guy who's shaped as a car.
What?
I saw an image last night on Twitter of a guy who like...
Yeah, from that...
eats a car and is shaped as a car.
Well, I was going to say Kirby eats a car and is shaped as a car.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, but it's like a normal dude.
I remember like a dude morphing into a car from some fucking like 80s cartoon. And I remember Vin Diesel turning into a car from The Fast and the Furious. Yeah, during The Fast and the Furious, Vin Diesel turned into a car.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's about family.
It's about family.
He turned into a family vehicle.
Worm.
into a family vehicle.
Yeah. It's about family. Fucking hell.
Jesus.
You could say that the Fast and the Furious series really was a vehicle for Vin Diesel's career.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Vin Diesel's very funny to me. The fact that he's a real person.
I'm glad.
He's like, Vin Diesel seems like the kind of guy you would make up. Like, imagine this dude who was like a big D&D nerd and started his career doing fucking like commercials for Street Sharks, and then he made 12 car movies. You made that up. It's not real, you made it up. Okay, anyway, do you have any other questions for Worm Man? Now that he's terrified and huddled in a corner, rethinking his career choices?
Perhaps there's like a giant under the sand these worms go into. Where they're themselves into.
Essentially what's happening to this guy is what happens to the fucking narrator in a Lovecraft story where he's like, yes, Cyclopean ruins under the sands, giants spanning eons coming out. Oh god, we're all doomed! Doomed!
Yeah. I mean, that's what's going on in Wally's brain right now.
Was the pacifier Vin Diesel? I thought that was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Also, Maurizio's been really quiet for a while. I don't know.
Sure,
if he
yeah, he
knows that
sure
he's
has.
Rip,
I'm just gonna pronounce that just in case.
Yeah, I muted myself.
Well,
Yay! You're welcome.
Hey, I haven't been saying much either way.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, just
they
here
don't
and there.
they don't get it wrong. Oh, okay, I see. I'll be honest with you, half the time when the movie is not Fast and Furious, I completely fucking can't tell if a role is like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Vin Diesel in my memory. They fill the same space, just like a Hollywood superhero white man named Chris.
It's fucking weird because like it felt like you're actually responding to me because I said SUV and you just kept going, like you just responded off of me. So that's why I didn't know.
You're welcome. I got you, fam.
I guess like things I was thinking of. So could it be that the worms develop poison off of like some other like hidden creature like Shepesh or Terioth or something?
Yeah.
Or the worms themselves are fucking mutated, but I highly doubt that because figured that out before, most likely, maybe.
Yeah, wait, is Guy still within earshot, or have we left him behind?
Up to you.
We could do
This
brain
could just
talk
be
if you guys want to
speculating,
ever
like,
talk
in
privately. Just stand and look at each other, like smiling, really quietly.
Sure, I guess we could ask him about the gods and everything. And
Why would
creatures.
Sandworm Guy know about the gods and everything?
Is there any worm gods?
I don't know. I imagine that maybe worms have something to do with that. There should be overlap between them and like legends of worms and the gods.
Also have
Or
a
even
good
creatures.
FF16 sass.
Yeah, because they occupy the same world, so I imagine that they probably have overlaps. Like the blink happens to everyone, no?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I keep
I thought
needing
it
to
was
clear
like-
my throat.
I thought the blink just affected like sentient beings.
Intelligent beings, I guess, but like, at the same time, it's not like other creatures don't exist at the same time that the blink is happening, because we don't actually know what the fuck is happening, like what happens to like during the blink.
Yeah.
We
So-
know pages unwritten, brains unbrained. Ropes okay.
I don't know.
Well, no,
Pages get unwritten.
it doesn't unwrite pages. All it specifically does is it wipes the memories of any intelligent creature. So what happens is that, and the thing is, because it's such a traumatic experience, most intelligent creatures end up dying from it.
Fun.
But what ends up happening is that you basically just get a bunch of people waking up to being humanoid suddenly and seeing all this stuff around them, being like, this must be ancient lore.
But then, like all like the other stuff, we would have written accounts before, like not of the blink itself, but of like past history and things, right?
Which is how like cultures end up getting built up and stuff, where like rumors of different gods and whatnot end up getting passed down through generations, and you'll find something that's like, this must be an ancient text, when meanwhile you wrote it last Thursday.
I mean, I guess that's true. We're like freaking we think that like space alien people are gods, and it's just like, oh no, they're companies. Yeah.
Though
this
to be
god
fair,
that
only you guys have heard of that, and only in a dream.
very true.
But that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if the guy was like still there or not, but like the largest thing we know of on this planet
Is the Zaratan, probably.
What's the Zart?
Big
Oh, you
turtle.
think it eats worms?
It doesn't even live in the same place.
Right. So what if they imported the worms?
Imported the worms?
Important. That's pretty funny.
The worms are, I wanted to say an invasive species, but
Maybe they did live somewhere at some point, but I wonder if... Yeah. But I wonder if there would be, like, any kind of overlap. Like, are there any legends about any kind of, like, gods or you know, like, fucking creatures that, you know, live in the desert?
In terms of the desert, the only thing out there that's like considered sandworm size is sandworms. Like for pretty much everywhere, it's almost like common knowledge. Like if you ask somebody, hey, what's the biggest animal on Earth? They say blue whale. In Canaan, you say something like, hey, what's the biggest animal on Earth? They'll be like sandworms.
Okay. So people think that that's the biggest thing?
Yep. Though if you
Okay.
ask the children of Orphan, they'll be like, leviathans.
I see. So it's kind of like relative, and we don't quite
Yeah,
know
depending
the full scope of anything.
depending on what folks know. Most folks around here will say, yeah, sandworm, biggest thing on Earth. I don't know what this guy's talking about when he says there could be a bigger thing out there. But I'm also not a biologist, etc.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that gives us something, I suppose.
hmm Logan is gonna say, now, what if the sandworms only had a minor ability to poison at first? And perhaps in the same way that one of our employees on the farm has been genetically selecting and breeding animals,
Oh.
the sandworms were specifically bred to become more and more poisonous.
Could it be
A lot of
also
sense,
like
yeah.
the reason why they're so like maybe they by proxy of breeding them to be bigger, they just became more poisonous too.
Though I imagine breeding sandworms selectively would be significantly more difficult to do in a directed way than, you know, chickens.
I mean, considering what we know, could have been like one of those things from like Brianna, because she was all about like biology, right?
Perhaps. Yeah.
But like the things like all of her main reach is like up there near Fianagaran.
Then perhaps before the blink there were laboratories dedicated to the selective breeding of sandworms, possibly still existing out there in the desert.
Could be.
So
This is all
cultivating-
speculation, of course.
Going back to the worm guy, asking him, did they like grow these, right? These worms, and they're on farms. Or,
Sorry, what?
These sandworms, they're grown and raised on. In,
Oh
like, areas,
no,
right?
they don't reproduce anywhere near the city. They usually go deep into the desert in order to do that. They're simply led towards the farms using sound signals.
Oh, okay.
I have
There-
an idea.
There's nowhere large enough to contain sandworms. It's not like you could put them in a pen either. They'll eat their way out or burrow under it.
All right.
Guys, I have an idea.
What's
Yeah.
up?
What if instead of following the people, we follow the worm?
Well, the thing about that is, do you know how to follow a worm?
We can.
Yeah, we do the walk.
The fucking dune walk
Yeah.
with sweeping the feet and stuff. No, the whole thing was that you wanted to find the people because they are the only ones who know how to navigate the desert when it comes to following worms or going on
So
paths.
they're the only ones that know how to
They're-
sandwalk.
Yeah.
They're the worm experts. Okay.
Okay. Lamau.
Okay, well, like, I could learn.
All right. So if we learn anything about more about
Yeah, I was
worms,
gonna
we'll let
say,
this guy know,
who
I
do you think you're
well.
gonna learn from?
Exactly. Once we find them, I learn from them, and then I become more powerful. I'm starting to get tired. Sorry.
become worm?
Become the worm. Yex starts diving in with the worms.
Would you still love me if I were a worm?
No.
Oh, rip.
Rip.
But yeah, anyway, so that's your information out of the scholars. So now that you've had your discussions with them, you know a bit more what to look for when it comes to identifying Sovrani folks. So your eavesdropping could potentially be more effective.
Yes. Thank you for explaining it for me.
So in that case, once again, would you like to send your various listeners out
Yes.
in order to
Yeah.
try and observe things? Okay. So this time, knowing what behaviors and symbols and whatnot to look for, you're able to eavesdrop and pick up on all sorts of topics and quirks of the speech of the locals. And based on that info, one conversation in particular stands out to you between two figures who are wearing dust-caked cloaks. The dialect that they're speaking is similar to the undercommon that you've heard, but there's something very, very different about it. And if you describe it to Iskra, then Iskra will also know, Fexus, I will forever be a mummy. You cannot hydrate me. I won't allow it.
I'm drinking orange tea.
Nice.
You can
Yeah, it's
hydrate
very
honey,
nice.
Here, I'll drink some.
but I will be
Oh,
crusty all my life.
He's actually not that crusty. He just wants to be. I don't know why.
This way, Fexus can hear it.
Sarah, stop telling the people that I'm moist.
Give Honey Hitman a follow. She has redeems for posture checking and hydration. So you
Wow, could one of my mods shout out, "Oh, looks like somebody already did."
Yeah. Thanks, Tayo.
Hold on, I gotta spray Fexus back.
What does it say on it? Toot. I
Yeah,
see.
it's toot spray.
Toot spray.
It's toot spray.
Spray.
Yep.
It's when your tummy's
Oh, no.
feeling kind of weird
No.
and you're not sure if it's gonna be a fart or not.
Not the Baka Bucket.
Oh no.
Okay.
Not the what?
The Baka Bucket. It's Baka Water's bucket. It's full of the Baka
What?
Water.
Oh, my tab just crashed for the chat.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey, refreshes.
Anyway.
Oh, there it is. Weird.
You good?
Yeah, the chat tab's back. I was just
Right, so I was
noticed it
just saying
happened.
that Iskra is able to identify it as a variant of Undercommon, so she has to, like, work really hard to interpret a lot of the words. So Iskra kind of relays the conversation. There's two guys. Good morning, brother. I see your caravan wagons are laden and your camels bent at the knee. You ready for a long trip over the Silver, then? That I am, brother. The time of Moon's March is almost upon us, but I fear I'll need the support of some of our brothers with more spacious wagons. Perhaps even binding sleds would be needed if the worm's body would not be made too long. Ah, then it could be that you're carrying hogs for the slaughter? Why then take the trip to grandmother's house when the world's spine makes for a safer trip to the heathen city's shore? I'm not transporting hogs, brother. I wish it were that simple. No, I have a shipment of oxen that must remain in good health, for they will be carrying a heavy load. They're large of body, though their horns have already been shaven. Oxen, you say, and the bastards from the Dark Scar have unloaded so many upon you despite your limited capacity to carry. I had a second wagon, but while I was taking it across to the heathen city, I had a young land carver swell up from the womb and take it whole under the waves. How did such a thing come to pass? Were you not properly cloaked? I took all precautions, brother, please believe me, but the drums that they play at those prisons near the heathen city where they cage their plants that the hungry may not feed, my brother, those drums that they play have not the heartfelt rhythms that ours do. They confuse the great earth movers and lead them to attack our people. It's so horrible. I understand, and I'm sorry for your troubles. I'll let my retainers know to get you a new wagon to borrow for this trip to grandmother's house. We leave in 2 moonrises. Hopefully this gives you time to prepare. Thank you, my brother. May you be blessed. As the desert winds blow, and you too, as the sandworms till, we will rise again as the sun is eaten by the silver. And as the black scar is brought to dust by the grinding of their own accursed gears, we can only hope, brother. We can only hope.
That was a lot.
All right. I kind of get
Can I
it.
get a
kind of-
transcript of that?
Yeah. I was gonna ask it so we can parse. I mean, I understand like some of what they're saying. Probably swine and oxen are like code for
For
certain
the slaves.
people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe
It
like
seems
one is slaves and one is something else.
Your message is
Well, I
too
think
long.
I think both of them are. I guess. I mean, I don't know if.
I
Okay,
feel like
so
the
the
quality
oxen
of
I imagine are like slaves that actually do work, but then
There
the
you go.
swine are probably the body parts, like the ones that are sold to be like experiment fodder.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I gathered from that.
I forgot about the experiment fodder part.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I gathered from that, where it's just different types.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, his one wagon got eaten by a sandworm because it got confused and.
So yeah, the transcript's in the Discord if you need to look over it.
All right.
Okay, let's decipher this shit.
I
So
do
good
think
morning,
I know what
brother.
our plan should be, at the very least.
Yeah, I feel like it would be good to figure out what kind of like what words they use to refer to what, so that we can use their lingo. Interesting that they call each other brother, so there's that, because it's like a familial thing.
Yep.
And then there's
Well, there's
yeah. Mhm.
there's the greeting, the way they greet each other and the way they say goodbye. That's important.
Yeah. As the desert winds blow, as the sandworms till, we will rise again as the sun is eaten by the sover.
Who's the black scar? Can we have the sheet with the connections on it again?
I don't think we know what the fuck a black scar is yet.
Yeah, but this will help me figure it out.
Oh, black scar? Maybe it's the gold works. Perhaps. 'Cause
Yeah.
it says something about gears. Or maybe it's a figure of speech.
Could be kind of like Black Scar, like
Yeah, they also mention a heathen city.
Yeah,
That's interesting
rudities.
area.
That's a rude use, isn't it?
Oh, that wait. Where?
Rudities, I would say.
yeah. Rudy is, I say, was probably Heat City Shore because
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
you're far away, by the way, Cryo.
oh, whoop, I moved away from the mic. My bad. Let's get used to that. Let me
Where do we know they
shift
play
that
the
over.
drums? We learned that in conversation with.
Sorry,
the
what was
other
that?
guys. Where do we know they play the drums to draw the sandworms?
Herudities.
That was a rudity for sure. Okay.
Yeah, and most likely Heathen City Shore is a Rudities. Like the history, it's by
Also,
the shore.
they're near a shore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
So he picked up.
And yeah, right there you can see Hogs, like, Oxen's the one that says good health, whereas Hogs doesn't matter about that. Second wagon. Young land carver swallow bling. The tribes that play at those prisons near the Heathen City where they cage your plants that the hungry may not
Wait.
feed.
The dark scar and the black scar, are those two different things?
I imagine it's the same,
Yeah.
but
Same thing.
Yeah. Where's the dark scar? Oh, that's the same thing.
Likely interchangeable words.
So like I wonder if the gold works is the scar.
It could be because like they play like a part in like sort of like shaping who they are now. Considering like the other dude said like they became like they do what they do as a necessity rather than like as a want in order to survive and continue existing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like because of the Rudies and because of the Gorks, they're in this position essentially. So the Rudies being heathen.
are we gonna
Gorks-
fucking liberate the desert people?
I mean, I'm
Are we
down
gonna
for it.
become Kyle McLaughlin with the best fucking head of hair ever? Oh my god. We need wigs.
Will you wear figs?
Okay.
I would have had wigs. Yo. I don't know if I know that like some of us have probably seen like the fucking
Me, you,
version
and
of
Sarah.
Dune by Lynch.
That's it. Just me, you, and Sarah, probably.
Probably. Has anyone else seen the David Lynch version of Dune?
I think I've seen clips of it.
Okay, because Kyle MacLachlan has like the most amazing fucking hair. Like it goes hard. Hold on, I actually need to post this.
The
shit.
the scene of him riding the fucking sandworm with his hair flowing and that goddamn like 70s prog music.
Yeah. I don't know, like that's like the most amazing fucking hair.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed to have such amazing hair. Fucking fantastic.
Just the power
Let
of
me-
Kyle.
Yeah.
I can't believe Kyle MacLachlan is like my stream's mascot.
Yeah.
I like the fucking David Lynch peering in behind him here.
Me too.
Why? Why the fuck do they just have this like old David Lynch? Not even like David Lynch from the 70s. Old fucking David Lynch there behind him.
He's like peeking over Kyle's.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, I bet.
I guess he's peeking over Kyle MacLachlan's shoulder, like I made you.
You are like my little baby.
Can you cry for me? That'd be so beautiful.
It'd be so beautiful. Just crawl around like a baby. One of my favorite stories ever is when George Lucas was offering David Lynch the job of directing Return of the Jedi.
Oh god. And as I sat there and listened to him, I could feel his head gathering, and he wouldn't leave me alone the whole time, his headache.
And he took me to a restaurant where they had only salad.
Oh god, yeah. It's not that I don't like a good salad, but it's all they had.
And then he showed me these furry things. He called them Wookiees. And that's when my headache started turning into a migraine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, that's kind of like my impression of Star Wars.
It's from George Lucas harassing David Lynch to direct Star Wars.
It's not. It's just I think of it the same way as David Lynch does. Because I see this world, I'm like, oh, it's so ugly.
Wow.
I don't know. I just hate Star Wars. I hate the way it looks.
Really,
just
I
doesn't
like
like
the Star Wars aesthetic. I like everything about Star Wars that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers.
Like I've only watched the prequels.
I think it's like a setting.
Okay, but Luke at the beginning of Jedi had fucking drip, though.
Yeah. But that's because... Oh, at the beginning of Jedi.
Yeah, at the beginning of Jedi, he had some serious drip. He had just lost his hand. He was really fucked up, and he's like, you know what? Fuck these white robes. Today I wear black. And he's never looked better.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I like watched Dune and I was like, this is hot. I love that. Like I love their pea water suits.
The pea water suits.
Yeah, they're actually like
the fucking plug suits.
Yeah, they really make.
Do you like the fucking polygonal barriers?
Yeah, they're hilarious. I love that. That like gets me right in the kokoro, but then like I don't know, Star Wars just never had that same effect for me. And like I mean the David Lynch Dune could have been better, but it still had like amazing charm. I just don't like how they rushed the end, but I really liked it. Like,
yeah, they basically they got to a point where David Lynch was like, "Good God, this movie's going to be 5 fucking hours long." Okay, just skip over this part of the book, sir. That's like 3/4 of the book. I don't care.
I think it was the editors that kind of botched it. That he like I was watching some interview and he was just like the editors fucked it up.
I don't know if Dune was necessarily a passion project for David Lynch, because I think it was the studio that gave it to him. It wasn't an original Lynch production. Yeah,
but like also he really fucking popped off with that clothing. Like that was pretty cool. And then like the new Dune is also really fucking stunning. So I'm like, man.
Yeah, I wonder who the fashion designer was on the original Dune. Because you had a lot of
I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah, let's just say you had a lot of high fashion individuals in that movie. Like fucking Sting was in the movie.
Yeah, true.
Jacqueline West, Bob Morgan.
What have they done?
That's a great question.
A good job.
Oh wait, no, this is the new one. Hang on. What year did the old one come out?
Late 70s, early 80s.
David Lynch Dune costume design. Bob Ringwood.
Oh wow, right, that guy with the fucking Speedo. That was a high fashion Speedo.
Selected filmography: Excalibur, Dune, Santa Claus the Movie, Empire of the Sun, Batman 1989, Alien 3, Batman Returns, Demolition Man, The Shadow, Batman Forever, Alien Resurrection,
Star Trek Nemesis. Oh, Troy.
That Troy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, AI, artificial intelligence, okay. Batman Forever, my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so is this the man responsible for bat nipples?
Yes, it is.
Holy
It
shit.
is. It absolutely is.
Oh my god, he's the bat nipples guy.
He was ahead of our time.
He had to listen to fucking Joel Schumacher tell him about the bat nipples and how the bat nipples were essential.
Amazing.
Okay, so yeah, the those Batman movies, like the Tim Burton one and the unfortunate one, they actually had like some serious costume design going on. So, and then in Batman and Robin, there was a lot of like man butt jiggle zoom ins.
This guy sure knows how to make a rubber suit.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
What a time to be alive.
He just works that rubber.
Yep.
Yep.
This is a selective filmography too. This is everything.
Yeah.
I was designer for like 25 years.
Yep. More longer than that if he's still working.
No, he died in 2004.
Oh, so how are his designs on the Flash from 2023?
What?
Did they they used AI to resurrect him, and they were
I
like,
know.
Bob,
They
please,
sounded
we
cool
need.
sketches.
Yeah.
Looking at
Cool
Wikipedia.
designs.
It says the Flash 2023 costume designer, costume consultant, uncredited.
What?
Maybe they found like some sketches he's done or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But he has a credit in this movie. Well, no, he's uncredited, but it's on the fucking IMDb for some reason. So I guess they fucking used a Ouija board and consulted his fucking ghost.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Solar babies?
Yeah, you know, solar babies. Anyway, so that guy sure was a guy.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you can glean from that conversation that you heard?
Right. We were deciphering that, and then we started talking about fucking Kyle MacLachlan's hair, I guess.
We did. We did.
We is doing a lot of work here.
What? Listen.
I'm
We know
watching.
he's about to get another cart soon from this dude. So perhaps we could, he's gonna send it over, it looks like. So perhaps we could possibly try to swap places with that cart.
It looks like Erudi's is actually like using the drums to attack people.
Attack?
I don't
Yeah, they
think they're
confuse
using
the
it
Great
for
Earth
attack
Movers,
like-
lead them to attack our people.
I don't think so. I think they're just stupid.
Yeah, I think they're dumb and just have really shit technology.
I think they're like attacking them by proxy, by drawing the worms away and fucking them up and meddling with the desert ecology, right? And how it's so tied to their way of
Yeah,
life.
it doesn't seem like it's a directed attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Silver is land. Then I am my brother, the time of the moon's march. What the fuck is the moon's march?
I think it's just like
Probably the path to get
trip.
to get to their place.
Yeah.
Well, they say the
Um,
time of the moon's march.
Probably
So
some event.
It may refer to when, like, the time when conditions are optimal to start the caravan.
Yeah.
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 Which is in 2 moon rises. That's like it could be up 2 months. depending on what the phase of the moon is currently. Hey, is that something Yax would know?
Yeah, as a hunter, Yax definitely knows what the phases of the moon.
Although 2 moon rises could also mean 2 days.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it. I'm kind of dumb. Sorry. I pictured it being like 2 full fucking cycles.
2 full cycles of the moon. No, it likely just means 2 days.
Okay, and
Also, yeah, you get this convo at night. You don't get it during the day, so these people seem nocturnal.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, the moon is pretty much their sun time.
Then hogs would be like experiment.
You should. Are you writing this? Where are you writing this down?
The Discord.
Oh, okay.
Experiment father, and then
because I was gonna say if you could just write it down on the
Okay, well
the
I've started writing it here. It's
Okay.
'cause
Based it, I
I'm
guess.
writing it here just because like if I go into Roll20, it's like if I click away from this
It's pretty
Oh,
shit,
wacky.
it
yeah.
just enters.
Roll20 do be a kind of a piece of shit sometimes.
Yeah. So oxen would be slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think they're all slaves. It just
Well,
hogs
yeah,
are
but
they
they're
don't
like
care.
slave and slaves.
Yeah.
Hogs
like-
are the ones that they use for experiments.
Yeah, these
so
are
they
experiments
kill
and
them.
They don't, yeah, and they don't just care like their conditions really. Whereas all
Yeah.
they care. It looks like they pack a punch muscle, or they did, because it says that they had like their horns shaven, right? Which is like
What? Punch muscle?
a punch muscle.
Yeah.
What?
Horns shaven.
Can somebody explain to me
horns
what?
have already been shaven.
To what do you refer?
Guy two.
Uh-huh.
I'm not transporting hogs, brother. I wish I were that sin. No, I haven't.
No, listen. I wrote
wait, I'm
I
looking
wrote
at
the
the part.
fucking text, Cryo. What do you mean punch muscle?
I never said punch muscle.
What did you say?
I'm talking about like the horns shaven. Pretty much saying.
Okay,
how,
did
like,
anybody else hear Cryo utter the word punch muscle, or was
No.
that just me?
That was just you.
What the fuck did you say? That sounds like punch muscle.
I don't know what the fuck you're on about. I never
Yeah,
said.
anyways,
Time to go back in the
what-
VOD and figure out what the fuck you said that sounded like punch muscle.
But anyways, what were you talking about in terms of the horns being shaven?
Just like this could be like people like that are fighters. Again, like people that are like good, able body. Because I
Probably
mean,
means
horn
they're
shaven,
on-
declawed, defanged, whatever. Right?
It probably means that they're on the cactus line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're subdued,
Yeah,
Pretty much,
unable to
basically.
fight back.
so non-violent.
Yeah. They're not punch muscled.
Okay, so interesting. So I guess anyone that's oxen would be under the influence. So everyone's gonna be acting real drunk. Okay, and then Dark Scar have unloaded so much. Just okay. Dark Scar would refer to
Samaria?
Goldworks.
Believe.
Most likely question mark.
Goldworks or Samaria, yeah.
Or how the fuck do you write Samaria? Oh right,
C,
Cameria.
yeah. No, it's C apostrophe MERIA.
Yeah, Cameria Gatheria.
Yeah. Yeah, Gatheria. That was a good one. Let's see. So, were you not properly cloaked? Wait. I've missed a part. I had a second wagon, but I was taking it across to the Heathen City. Heathen City. Erudities. And I had a young land carver swell up from the womb. What the fuck? Yeah, this is the part where I was like, hold on. So land carver, I'm guessing, is
Worm.
the worms. So land carver is what are they called? Sandworm.
Sandworms,
Yeah,
yep.
sandworms.
Sandworm, and then swell up from the womb. I'm guessing from what the fuck is the womb something like a specific something, or is it just like from the ground?
I'm assuming from the ground, but like, unless you mean some other random thing.
From its nest? Maybe?
Likely not the nest, because remember, sandworms have to go deep into the desert to proliferate.
I'm gonna put some question marks. I don't have any. And take it hole under the waves. Okay, so it swallowed that shit into its home. How did such a thing come to pass? Were you not properly cloaked? I took all precautions, brother. Please believe me. But the drums that they play at those prisons near the heathen city where they cage their plants that the hungry may not feed. My brother, those drums that they play have not. Okay, so what the fuck is the plants?
Probably just like the crops that.
Yeah, the industrial farms.
Okay.
Mike.
The plant? Oh. Cage their plants. Oh, yeah, that just means they're keeping all the food behind city walls,
Yeah.
like the guy was saying.
It's so horrible. I understand. I'm sorry for your troubles. I will let my retainers know to get you a new wagon to borrow for this trip to grandmother's house. Grandmother's house, there we go.
That's their homeland, or at least the main area that they're in, I assume.
Probably where the moon thing goes. The moon.
Their home base. Yes?
Yeah.
We can assume it moves around too if they're nomads, right? That's constantly moving.
True. Like a fucking Baba Yaga thing.
Fucking grows chicken legs, runs across the
Yeah.
desert.
Yeah. Избушка на курьих ножках.
I already used a Baba Yaga hut for you guys, though.
Yeah. And избушка.
Granny Greenhook has a Baba Yaga hut.
Maybe we should bring our Baba Yaga hut and they should bring their Baba Yaga hut and then they can kiss. And make
I thought you
little
were gonna
Baba Yaga huts.
make little Baba Yaga huts the size of regular chicken. The only thing that can live there is a mouse.
Oh, we put Iskra's mouse in it.
One.
New thing to research.
Like in the ninth.
Oh my god, it's like a Baba Yaga dollhouse.
Awkward Baba Yaga dollhouse just for Iskra's mouse. Just
I
fucking
love
one.
it.
Clank, clank, clank.
I love it. That's so based. Anyways, so yeah, we grandmother's house. And we leave in 2 moonrises. Hopefully this gives you time to prepare. Thank you, my brother. May you be blessed as the desert winds blow. I'll write that down. Thank you, my brother. May you be blessed as and then oh wait, that's not the goodbye yet. Or is it?
I think the desert wind blows us a goodbye.
Yeah, and you too, as the sandworms till we rise again, as the sun is eaten by the sover, and as the black scar is brought to dust by the grinding of their own accursed gears. I don't know if it's like a 3-parter or a 2-parter.
I feel like it's a 3-parter.
Based on the tone, the greeting seems to end with "as the sandworm tills."
Okay, so just that, and
In terms of like the standard greeting, but
okay.
we rise again as the sun is eaten by the Sovra seems to be rather than part of the
criticism.
like
Criticism or like cursing their enemies.
It's so like the standard like goodbye would be as the desert winds blow as the sandworms till. We rise again as the sun is eaten by the silver seems more like an affirmation of the tribe's brotherhood and their current situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the black scar is brought to dust seems to be that guy's own personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you'll hear as the desert winds blow, as the sandworms till all the time. We rise again as the sun is eaten by the silver will also be standard, though not mandatory. And then that last one is something that only that guy has said.
Okay.
So something like that is what I got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sarah just sent me a woman being boinked by a skeleton. Thank you.
Oh.
No, you have the context is pretty funny because it's like a statue, like the kind you'd put in a fish tank, and it's just sitting
Yeah.
out there at a restaurant.
Well,
I'll open that later off stream, just in case it accidentally shows up on the wrong window.
yeah, I understand that. That's a mood.
Yeah.
No.
Me when I Google the names of Dungeons and Dragons monsters and find out that there's a fucking bad dragon named after them on stream.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad one.
That was a pretty bad moment. Thank God nobody clipped that.
Okay, so then other things that we've gotten from them is that
That text is minuscule. Do you want me to increase the size of this page?
yeah, because it doesn't fit. And I'm sure you could probably like zoom in too.
There you go. He's big R.
Yeah. So other things that we've gathered from this. So let's go from the beginning again. So So they're gonna have a nighttime journey across desert. 2 nights from now. Let's see. One guy needs more wagon. Is transporting slave and slaves. Not sacrificial slaves. Let's see. Drugged. You know what? I'll just do drugged slaves. And then let's see. Because okay, so one guy needs more wagon because old wagon taken by confused sandworm.
Yep, so
Let's
far so
see.
good.
Let's see. All right, nighttime journey across desert 2 nights from now to grandmother's house. Whatever the fuck that means. Also, fuck Erudities and the Goldworks. Lamau. Oh, I wrote Goldworms.
Ah,
Gosh.
the gold worms.
Yeah. I guess that would be a summary.
It sounds like a pretty accurate summary to me.
Okay, Pog. So I'll update our cheeky little file here. So that's that. And then we've got. Oops, I forgot the parting words that we need to do.
As the desert winds blow, as the sandworms till.
Yeah, I got it. And then the last thing is. Oh, thank you for clumping that up. I love to see it.
Clumpy.
Yeah.
So clumpy.
Okay, there we go. Good. Kept the Lamau.
Clumpy, please.
Keck.
I'm gonna do that next time I talk to Vinny. I'm gonna call him Clumpy.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
I don't know. Because people call him like Butti, Binyot, etc.
Binyot-
Yeah, I'm just
Binyot
gonna
is
hit him
pretty
with.
funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Clumpy, please.
It's pretty funny. Okay. We put boxes with organized thoughts.
Box is full of Pepe.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's what we got.
All right.
So do we want to sweep in and give this guy a fucking wagon?
What?
Offer some space in our wagon, perhaps?
I think what the plan is we, because this guy, the other guy's gonna send a wagon to this guy. What we should do is intercept that wagon. Oh, hey cat, intercept that wagon, and then pose as them, like take over that wagon, and then start posing as them.
Okay.
Okay,
not
so
a bad idea.
you're gonna like grab the guy in the middle of the night when he's alone and grab his wagons and be like, yes, these are ours. We are that guy.
Yep, we'll be saying. Wait, they met each other in the middle of the night and they said good morning to each other. Is that a thing we should do as well? I think.
I think they're like nocturnal people.
Yeah.
We should also.
Okay.
pose
So for
attention-
them, yeah, they're yeah they have a unique word for morning that isn't
all right.
necessarily your equivalent of morning.
All right, let's
So, yeah.
memorize these words so we could use them as well when talking.
We should also
What is
pay
morning?
attention to how they were dressed.
Yep.
Like,
Okay, so in terms of visual cues for things as you're spying on these guys, the Sovrani dress in thick woolen clothes that are matted with sand and dirt so that they blend in with their surroundings in the desert. This also helps them to blend in sonically more than it does visually, so that sandworms can't find them with echolocation. Their wagons are similarly cloaked, and you can see them actually caking them with a special kind of mixture of sand and water that makes a mud that they can spread over the woolen cloths.
Okay.
Another thing is you notice some symbols that they're using. So, publicly, they use a symbol that is of a tree, but the tree ends in a foot wearing a sandal. This seems to be the symbol that they use as a cover when dealing with non-Sovrani folks. Depending
why is it
on...
a fucking foot? Why is it a fucking foot?
It's a tree that ends in a foot.
Disgusting.
But you've seen a few different trees being used. I guess you could roll a nature check to try and identify them.
Sure.
I'm gonna do this and then go to bed because
Okay.
I got
There's intelligence. Chris not
I
smart.
have a +4. I can help
I
someone.
all
Okay.
this week. I got like a family thing tomorrow. We
Yeah,
have to go
that's
pick up-
fine.
The whole thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. We'll
Okay.
probably end an hour early.
I'm having deja
yeah,
vu.
we'll end at 1. Are you?
I feel like I've rolled a nature check before as like Sarah was going to bed 1 hour early.
Probably last stream.
I don't know. No, it wasn't last stream. Roll it again.
Why is Sarah rolling the nature check?
I don't know. Who's got the highest nature? I've got a +4. I'm sure
Wally's
that there's
got the
someone
highest
else with
nature.
highest one.
Oh,
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I really have the highest, not the goblin?
Yeah. You're the only int character in the party.
Wouldn't it be wisdom?
It's nature, it's intelligence. It's a knowledge check.
Okay.
Alright, 22. So Wally, being from this area, is able to tell one tree from another. He can tell that there's 3 trees that are represented. 1 is an olive tree, 2 a fig tree, and 3 a citron tree. It
I bet
seems
they're like different families.
Yeah. That would be a safe assumption. I feel like... Hold on, so it's olive?
Yeah.
Sorry, it seems what? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm thinking. It's olive, and then what else?
olive, fig, and citron.
Sorry, I
No, it's okay. I'll wrap back around to it.
Hmm?
But yeah, it seems that individuals who use each type of tree tend to hang out with one another.
Mm.
yeah.
Also, there's a guy with a fig tree with a foot. A guy with a olive tree in the foot.
Yeah, to the casual observer, it would seem as though they're all the same symbol, just tree with foot. But if you look closely, you can see that there are 3 varieties.
Yeah,
But
families or
yeah,
clans.
with one another, they are using. There is treble afoot.
Hmm.
Wow. With one another in secret, they are using the symbol of the sandworm eating its own tail with the hourglass in the center.
Okay.
And that also had to do with Tenegar, right?
Yes, it's in reference to Tenegar being a god that governs time's flow and inevitability.
And the sandworms also represent inevitability, I think.
Are we able to tell the difference, like, of what each tree is doing? Like, each guy with a different tree, like what they're doing exactly that's different from all the other guys on other trees.
Yes, actually. So you notice that the ones with the olive tree tend to be focusing on the surface, at least, trading things like luxury goods, specifically things like oils, perfumes, and fancy textiles. And then the ones who are under the fig tree banner are trading things that are a little more mundane, mostly things like food, alcohol, and whatnot. And then the ones operating under the citron tree are the most secretive of the bunch, and they seem to be trading in weapons and poisons.
Okay, very cool.
I see.
Or perhaps we might even be able to smuggle some weapons in if we have this citron crest on us.
What did the guys have specifically? Like the ones that were talking?
Guy 1 and 2.
Oh, well, he needed a wagon replaced, so they didn't have their wagon symbols on.
Mm-hmm.
But following the guy to get his new wagon, you see that he has a fig.
And fig is the... What were they?
The one that
Food
seems to be
and
trading
alcohol.
in, food and alcohol.
Okay. Okay.
Poisons and weapons. Okay. This is on the wagon.
Hmm?
This is like on the wagon. The symbol.
Yeah, it's not on the actual like canvas of the wagon because the canvas is covered in mud in order to absorb sounds. Rather, there is a banner that is being used that's kind of attached to the front opening of the wagon that has the symbol.
Okay.
And the people, do they, the people working for these wagons, do they, like, know each other well? Does it seem like they're very chummy with each other and, like, recognize one another, or...
It seems as though those who are using the same banner know each other more than those using a different one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering how we would even fucking infiltrate that.
We could. These banner boys, are they going? Are they usually together? Like olives stick with olives and figs stick with figs.
Yeah.
And whatnot?
Yeah.
Is that what it looks like?
Just
Yeah.
said.
Okay, so perhaps we could try to go as like a citron or citron. Trying to get in, trying to get to grandmother's house was the whole like let's travel together kind of action deal.
I think if this guy goes missing, people will notice. I think we should just follow them at a distance.
I feel like they might notice that too. However, maybe saying, yeah, we heard you
That-
needed like we heard you
bandits-
needed more like wagons or
bandits.
something like that. I know that we're from like different groups, I guess, but you know, like let's team up.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that might be a little bit more in character.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Luckily, to your advantage, God, why is my throat doing this right now? It's becoming hard to words.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, I had to mute to try and clear my throat. I think I'm like starting to lose my voice a bit.
Weird.
Fine.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very annoying.
Is like the sick coming back or something?
No. I think if I abuse my voice too much, it starts happening.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not like fully recovered in a sense.
No, it's also like, no, fucking, I haven't been sick in forever.
No.
But, no, this will happen to me sometimes if I need to, like, excessively clear my throat during a stream due to, like, post-nasal drip.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's just like a sliding slope of it getting shittier and shittier as I go. The more it's like, oh man, my throat's really gummed up. Let me clear it. Oh shit, it's worse than before.
Tries to clear it again.
Yep.
So yeah, not
Just-
great.
Oh.
What?
Hiccup.
Yeah. There is treble afoot. One day I will be
Yeah.
free from post-nasal drip when they invent the phlegm vacuum.
True.
I don't think you'll be even free then.
One day I'll be free when I remove nose.
True.
No, you'd have to remove sinuses.
Yeah, I'll pull out my sinuses through my nose like a fucking Mortal Kombat fatality. Anyway, that's another reason to end an hour early is so that I don't fucking destroy my voice.
But yeah, so I guess that would be a good plan to work with, like just being like, hello brother, like, hey brother.
Hey, brother.
heard you needed another wagon because yours got eaten. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Mind traveling together, we got some extra slaves that we can't fit in our wagon. We like 2 extra over capacity.
Yeah, we're going the same way to grandmother's house or whatever.
None of us are dark elves.
This guy's self.
Yeah,
Okay.
like me and Wally have that.
Yeah, well, we can be if we want to be. We can be whatever you want us to be.
Yeah, you can disguise as any other humanoid, so. You could even disguise as that specific guy.
Ah, shit.
I'm technically one of your captives, so you just keep link with the Liz. I can like read whatever they're saying to you guys.
True.
So what are you gonna do with the guy when you swipe him?
Like keep them in the trapdoor that Bush and Pumpkin are hiding.
Wait, why are we swiping someone?
So that you can take his place in the caravan, apparently.
No, we're not. We're not swiping anyone.
Okay,
I
is
think
that no
that's-
longer
that's
the
only
plan?
way we would.
No, we were going to what's it called? We were going to be like posing as people from the Citron Tree group and come to the homie from the other group to be like, hey brother, you know, we always have to lend each other a hand kind of thing when we're in need. And offer
Okay,
our
so
wagon
you're posing
as
as entirely new, unheard of Sovrani folk then.
I think it would be better to find a Citron fella to knock out and pretend to be him. Like,
Okay, I guess we could.
Hey, wouldn't they know each other though, or like have connections?
Sit-
No,
Citrons
not
will
if
know
they're from
Citrons.
different groups.
yeah,
Yeah.
current guy's a fig fella.
Well,
I believe.
even then, it's not set in stone that they would never communicate with one another. They just tend to stick to their own more.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe we should be like new.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, so you're gonna be new guys.
That
Yeah.
would be fun.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're not going to kidnap any existing guys. In that case, you need to either find a way to steal some wagons or disguise your existing wagons well enough to look like theirs.
Disguise existing.
Heyo, Psyche, welcome in. How's it going?
Hi.
Hello.
At least for the at least for the banner, we could get Wally's photographing skills.
And
Have
thank
him do it
you,
on a-
thank you very much for that resub. Sorry, I'm just gonna greet the raiders real quick. How was 7 Days to Die tonight? And thank you for giving that shout out to Psyche Siren. Those of you in chat, if you have not already followed Psyche Siren, please make sure to do so. Psyche is the stream team leader of the Psyche Paths and is miraculously the person who has logged the most stream hours playing Cleave Together.
Wow.
You died at the end? Was it 7 days? Did you die on day 7? I've never played that game. But yeah, please everybody in chat, make sure to go and follow Psyche. But welcome into Dungeons and Dragons. Currently, as you can see by this Pepe Sylvia network here, the party has been trailing smugglers, humanoid smugglers and slavers, and is currently attempting to infiltrate their organization by disguising themselves as members so that the smugglers can willingly lead them into their secretive base in the middle of the desert.
That's cool. You guys have fun disguising the wagon.
Yeah.
I go to bed.
Okay, you have a
Okay.
good night, Sarah. Thank you for coming by. Talk to you
Okay.
later, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well,
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Good night.
bye.
Oh, I can actually draw.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Orb. Huh? Huh. Things are developing. Is it Kyle? Who's it gonna be? I wanted to, whoa. Fingies. I wanted to say it was going to be Kyle, but whoa.
Oh.
It's not very good, but oh, that's a hammy hand.
Hammy arm.
Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
What is happening?
I'm a BRB.
Okay, you have a good BRB. Okay, it's fucking Charlie Day.
Yeah, it doesn't look like him.
No,
but whatever,
no.
it's
As soon as you drew the tie, I knew.
fine. No, it's still pretty bad.
Peppy Sylvia looking ass.
Yeah, he has different eyes. It's more like like that. Except now we turn it into this.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
There we go.
There you go. You gotta put the hair over one eye. Pepe Sylvia, dude! There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh,
Silver body snatchers. Amazing.
oh yeah, really fucking big doobie.
It's the dubious doobie.
Yeah. Oh, it's lagging.
It was fucking roll 20.
I think
Man.
it might just be that it's too small.
Between roll 20 and Dungeon Painter Studio, fucking playing D&D takes so much effort.
Yeah, there we go.
You'd like to think that our day still thinks it's still a silver body.
Yeah.
Corrected him so far.
Then you're gonna be like, bronze. Like, brawn.
All right,
Like
this one's
muscles.
a girl.
Like punch muscle.
Like,
There we go. That's Iskra.
Lovely.
Yeah. Oh, she's green.
Weed smoking goblin.
Good enough.
The face is completely white.
Oh. I see.
Yeah.
Face paint. Clown
Oh
face
no.
paint.
Clown world.
Clown world.
Out of fucking context, this actually does look like amazing fucking like schizobabble.
It does.
hell yeah.
Like all of luxury, fig, food, alcohol, citron, poison, and weapons. Nighttime journey across desert 2 nights from now to grandmother's house. Yes, I see. And when did you start having this dream?
I just love at the end. Also, fucker using Goldworks LMAO.
What? Who the fuck is this? Is that Wiz? Is that Wiz the Liz?
Yeah.
Oh my god. There he is. Hi.
Yeah.
Wah.
Oh, and then he's got wings.
Yeah, just pouncing in from the fucking corner.
And then he's got a cool hat. Wait, that's not what his hat looks like. Hold on, bitch. Hold on, I forgot. Oh fuck! Come on, select. Select, you bitch. Okay. No, that's not even what I wanted to. Fuck. There we go. It's your party hat. No, it's blue. It's blue.
Select D's. I like how it got hidden right away. Whoosh!
Whoosh.
That's, yeah, Wiz the Liz. Whoosh.
I'm just whooshing in.
Wiz the Liz sweeps in.
Yeah.
Oh, he eat fig.
You gotta go for the fig.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so
be a mood.
yeah. So notably, these guys are, taking off into the desert soon. So you guys have time to get some wagons and whatnot, and disguise them up to look like these guys' wagons, or what are you gonna do?
All work together.
Yep. We're just throwing mud and dust and.
Also, where are you going to be able to do this, like, out of notice of anybody?
True. Maybe I should just steal some wagons.
Knock out a guy, steal his wagon.
And
I don't
yeah,
know.
in that case, how are you going to deal with reports of stolen wagon?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, knock out the guy.
We
tie
killed him.
up, tie him up, put him inside the hidden compartment that we plan to make. Maybe.
Too much thinking.
Error 404, brain not found.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we could just disguise our own and just make it the one wagon.
Do their wagons have any special, like, is
you-
it just a regular wagon?
You at the very least notice that the size of their wagons are not necessarily uniform. Not only that, but a few things. One, they are not using horses, they are using camels.
Okay, so we need to get some camels.
Two, they have what look like sleds, like similar to your snow sleds, which seem to be drawn by an individual camel. And in these sleds they seem to have like a single individual tied up in there. And then with like a little blanket over them.
What do you mean a single one?
Like there's a person, likely a hog or an oxen, tied up, placed onto the sled, and then with a blanket over them.
Why is it on the sled? And why is it only one person?
Probably because they don't have enough wagons.
Hmm.
Is the cloth light enough where the imp could, like, check out the person real quick? And cover them up maybe later.
Huh?
Like remove the blanket or the cover and then recover
Oh.
them up. Because I want to see what they look like.
Oh, I mean, you could see their face.
Oh, okay.
Are they under the influence?
Yeah, they seem very complacent and they're not struggling to escape.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is there any cactus wine in any of their what's it called? And being held anywhere from these fellas?
If there is, you would have to try and like snoop it out. And using your imp isn't really able to identify it just at a look.
Okay. I mean, we probably have enough days to make a wagon. If they're all kind of different, right? They're all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, they're not perfectly uniform.
All right, yeah, we probably could make our own then without having to worry about that. They're not using a certain tree or certain type of wood. I mean,
Yeah, they just seem to be using wool. That's it.
okay. Should we roll anything to make these cool wagons?
I think we just need to find a place to do this, like, without being spotted.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
That's kind of
Where are we on the map? And
stopping me.
You guys are just outside Samaria.
Okay.
What about Kamiria or good? Yeah, it's a good area.
Perhaps we could walk a day away and start make one of them head back in here in our disguises.
Yeah, someone could probably head out to grab some camels. Suspicious that we're asking right there in that little.
Yeah, you would
Side town.
likely need to purchase camels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Would
at this
that
point,
be noticed?
Logan says it's possible that we might not be able to make this one caravan, but they likely send caravans back and forth.
Yeah, they're constant. I assume they're constantly leaving and re-entering their the grandmother's house. So that's why might be good to maybe knock a guy out who's coming in.
Is there a
Into
way to
town.
like use magic to like set like something to like track them?
Well, look through your spells.
I
person.
can find object, but that's about it. But locate object it's got a limit.
How about some of those new scrolls we got? And what the? I know I wrote some somewhere. What the fuck did I write it? Hidden compendium. Hidden compendium. These are the new ones we got. Nope, this doesn't help us with that.
Well, I assume some of these people are heading to what's it called, Erudities as well, using Spine, the mountain range pathway. We could probably intercept one of them, like going to Erudities.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
If I send, hold on, wait. How far away does sending work?
Anywhere in the world.
Okay, cool. So hypothetically, wait, does wizard despawn if he gets too far from me?
I don't think so. It's just that you can't.
Yeah.
You can't communicate with him or give him any commands.
Can I sending him?
Yeah, you should be able to use sending to target your familiar.
And does he sending back?
Yes, but he would just send weh.
What?
Where?
Okay, so does that mean that Ardeus's familiars would despawn if they get too far from him?
No.
Thing.
They're the same. So they would not despawn if they got too far away, and you could use sending on them.
No, they actually speak, right?
Also, hey, Mitty, how's it going? Yes, the imps are actually able to construct language.
Okay, so hypothetically, we could send them out, get them to do some spying for us, and then speak to them.
I think I still have contact with them within a mile radius if I use Flock of Familiars, but I can only do that for a total of 1 hour.
Do they despawn if you use
Two of them will despawn, but one of them will still be.
That's fine. We only need the one. Well, you can do some like long range spying.
Hold on. Yeah, they can telepathically communicate and share visual or auditory senses while they're within 1 mile of you. It doesn't despawn them after that. So they just stay alive. They just can't communicate with you telepathically normally when they're outside of that mile radius.
Yeah. So I guess we could hypothetically just sending at them.
Yeah, so you could just send an invisible imp there and then
turn the cell phone on.
Yeah, just send them a sending message and see what they can give you.
Okay. That gives Bean Man some time to think about.
Don't disappear after an hour?
No, one stays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. The Flock of Familiar is like the spell ends after an hour.
Okay.
But it doesn't have a distance limit.
Yeah. I could just have them.
Kitty.
Have them go pretty far.
I mean, one of the imps still stays. It's just Flock of Familiars if there's like a bunch of them or whatever.
Yeah, so you can you could just use your normal like regular familiar imp and send him with them invisibly and then sending to him once in a while.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right.
We found it. We hacked it. The system. Good job, Iskra, for suggesting spells. Yeah. Had me thinking. I was just like, how can I use this shit in like a good fashion? Like in a more, innovative fashion.
Okay, so in the meantime, you guys are going to let that caravan go. You're going to send the imp with the caravan, and then you sending to gather information. And you guys are going to go and buy camels, a wagon, get disguises and whatnot ready, so that you can come here and go on the next caravan after.
Yeah.
Yep.
In that case, what is your sending message to the imp?
Well, things that I would probably... I mean, what do we want to know from the imp? One would be, how often do these caravans go? Like, when, maybe timing, how long, I guess.
Any pit stops?
Yeah, like any pit stops, any what's it called? Like how often the caravans go back and forth. Maybe a description of the place. So that's something that we can do. We can send multiple, like...
You can send multiple sendings, but it'd probably just do, like, one at a time so that he can respond, because the response has to happen pretty soon after.
Yeah. That's fine. So I guess things to potentially write would be... Well, what should we start with?
I mean, I think you just send him, have you spotted any caravans yet?
Well, you were sending, yeah. He's probably going to be, like, clinging to one of the wagons invisibly.
Oh, true.
Yeah, okay, so I guess... Well, I guess how long... I mean, I guess we can ask him if he's there yet.
Yeah, that's every day.
Yeah, you have sending's a level 3 spell, so you have like 5 sendings a day.
Yeah, so we're fine. Good text conversation.
Delete this.
What would we be doing in the meantime other than this?
Bing chilling.
Wagon. Yeah, just hanging out with that worm guy, learning more about worms.
Yeah.
More. That's what our days is gonna do.
Worming around.
Swarming around. What the worm guy?
It's your
Trying to
boy,
learn more about
Worm
worms.
Guy. It's like that fucking Motherlode tape that they watched on RLM with the woman who was fucking singing about worms.
Boy, back here again with some more worm lore.
Damn.
Modern time, he has like a YouTube channel with like a bunch of videos on worms.
It's a shame we're so far away because we could have like also checked in with the Monster Devas, see if they knew anything.
They honestly seem like way too absorbed in their own thing to know much about the world around them.
What do you know? Pretty.
They'll be like, wow, that sounds like something that's not us. Forget it.
Mm-hmm.
You can only think of us.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess are you there yet? And then what would he say back?
Just calls it. Are you there yet?
No.
Yeah, try to ask as many questions as you can in one sending.
I guess like cut words to just you there yet.
And like think about anything else that you need in terms of info about the Sovrani that you haven't learned yet.
Did you arrive? Any pit stops? Or just stops?
Yeah. So. Treble afoot. So, are you there yet? Any stops? Landmarks?
In the desert, I guess, yeah. / landmarks. Have they? I mean, I don't think that the imp's gonna understand their language.
Yeah, not their
no,
language,
fine.
but
Like if they're doing anything particular as they're walking or moving around,
yeah.
like if they have any like special types of movements. They got special moves? Question mark. He'll probably get it.
I guess. How would I phrase that?
Oh. Fucking chair.
Are they doing anything?
Also keep in mind that each individual message can be up to 25 words.
Yeah, I know. I'm counting. Are they doing anything specific?
Gang signs?
No, not gang signs. Specifically, like, how are they traveling to... Fucking, how do I word this shit? In, like, a short and sweet way.
I mean, here's
are
the
they
thing.
doing anything
If I
specific
understand
for
it, the imp
safety?
will understand it.
Okay, are they doing anything specific for safety? Is that understandable?
Safety measures taken?
You know that I can understand quite a bit, so don't like fucking murder your brain over this.
Okay.
I'll be able
fine.
to get the intent of the message.
Okay.
Yeah, so safety measures taken should be fine then, right?
Probably could have told all this beforehand as well. Like we're gonna ask them to look out for like what they're doing in particular.
Yeah, before you send the imp with them, be like, okay, look out for this, and when we sending you, give us the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to tell like the exact same exact sending thing.
Yeah,
This
like
time.
I
True.
guess like have like the core basics just pre-told, and then some extra specifics through sending. I
Progress
guess.
report? Question mark. Or progress report. Tell them to watch out for
But yeah,
Turn
still
movements, landmarks.
send me what you want to ask him so that I can answer them in a way that's like sorted out for you guys.
Like that, I guess.
Okay.
I'm also gonna let my dog out because he's
Okay.
sitting at my door.
Yeah, I hear him crying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smoky.
It's also what's getting in the way of me thinking. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, right. It's 12:30. I forgot to do that.
Okay. Nope. Lots of dead trees and funny shaped rocks playing drums. Big drum at the front. Also sign language.
Lots of dead trees, funny shaped rocks, playing drums, big drum up front. So the drums are obviously what they help them navigate through desert to avoid the sandworms. So you gotta figure out how to drum.
Does anyone know how to drum? Our Days is a Windworks kind of dude.
Presumably the caravan leader is going to be taking care of the drumming.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Are they in a caravan right now? Or is it just like one?
No, it's when they took off, it was a whole line of them.
Ah.
Yeah, they seem to have traveled out into the desert in single file.
Okay. Is that what maybe they meant before about the...
Huh?
Earlier... Fucking, this is the wrong chat. Well, let me find the thing before I start talking, because I'm gonna confuse you and I more.
I think I know what you mean. It's just your mic is cutting out.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even moving. But yeah, the thing about, like, the long tail of the worm.
Yes. You believe
Worm's
that they
body.
mean the length of the caravan, and that the caravan is likely also a worm of sorts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Perhaps even binding sleds would be needed if the worm's body would not be too long. Yeah, I guess because, like, the drum at the front only has so much distance it can cover before you're, like, in danger at the back ends. Maybe.
Yeah, good theory. What do you want to ask the imp next?
Send us the beats.
Send the what?
The beats is probably just done. Done.
Yeah, the message is not going to come through as a rhythm.
I don't know.
It's going to come through as a metronome.
Dun dun dun
I
dun.
want to know if there is like anyone in the caravan that aren't talkative or at least sign languaging as much. Because knowing that would help. Like, we could be those guys, maybe. Signing
Okay.
as much. Maybe we probably could add like a question or two in that as well.
I'm gonna add that here too.
Nobody talks across the whole trip. Hand signs only.
Okay, shit.
Oh, right, because makes sense to avoid like extra needless vibrations.
I think if we get basic words down, I think we would be fine. Like yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah. Do you want to ask your imp about that?
Yeah. Would you be? I don't think you would be able to differentiate yes, no. But let's see. Can you study Can you study the sign language? Can you study the sign language? Okay.
Yep. So he just wants you to send him another sending the next day so that he can have a day to study.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
And then, yeah, you can send him literally anything.
Okay.
I sent you sending. Please respond.
Yeah, I sent you sending. Please respond. I'll just send him sending.
Sending.
Okay.
Is there anything else we might be missing?
I mean, we have it's probably, what's it called? Like a while for them to get to Rudities. We probably have a bunch of days for them. Unless they're pretty quick with how they're moving. Probably have a couple days. Just asking questions.
Alright, I need to find that.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Thumb and index finger make ring for all. No fingers up means problem. One finger up means slow and careful. Message again for more.
Okay. I'll send him another thing that says,
Sending.
good job sending.
Okay.
Then sending again.
Just how are you doing? And I you probably just respond different, like not actually giving the info. Or just sending. Hope you're doing okay.
I don't know. I send these guys usually on like suicide missions. I don't think it's really.
Okay, so 2 fingers up means go fast and escape. 3 fingers means all is okay and continue as normal.
Okay. So with sending, is there like a time limit to when you could send back, or?
I think it has to be immediately.
Oh, okay. We could just. I was thinking of.
Let me double check if it mentions a time limit. It's. Yeah, it has to be immediately.
Yeah, I see it.
I'll say immediately is within the next minute, so you get a chance to think about what you want the message to be. So yeah, that's the info you get about the sign language.
Okay. So let's write this all down. Thumb and index make the ring. Wait, so they're doing the thumb and index for all the messages?
Yep.
Okay. So they're just doing an okay sign for okay?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright, we got a bunch of messages from the imps.
Yeah, basically just asking the standard things that we asked before. No talking, hand signs only, study sign language, okay, message back tomorrow, and then just constantly sending, good job, sending. And so we got some info on some of the hand signs. So yeah.
So, yeah.
Big ring for all.
Yeah, you can see it in the Roll20 chat.
What does thumb and index finger make ring for all? What does that mean?
So all of their individual sign languages, when they're signing, their thumb and their index finger make a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see the very last one, 3 fingers up with a thumb and index finger forming a ring.
Oh wait,
what does that look like for you?
Okay sign.
There you go. Also, hey Cassie. Yeah. So basically they're variants of the okay sign. So no fingers up means there's a problem. 1 finger up, so just the middle finger, means slow down, there's trouble. 2 fingers, so basically every finger but the pinky means fucking book it. And then 3 fingers means never mind, it's okay.
So if there's variants where it's like just the pinky up, then what would that be? Get fancy.
Okay.
Good job. Great job. Excellent job. Phenomenal.
True. Good job. Great job. Excellent job. Fantastic job.
Yippee.
Yeah, your response yippee.
Cool.
All right, so there's your info there.
He probably has still a couple days left. Any other questions we have, fellas? I think that's all for me.
Big drum at the front.
Also, thing I asked Brandon, which I kind of thought maybe was earlier in that whole exchange between the 2 dudes, was the worm body being a code for the length of the caravan, because they make a big worm as a caravan, right?
Maybe?
So yeah. So yeah, for the perhaps even binding sleds would be needed if worm's body would not be made too long. So it's like, why would you need binding sleds if it makes the worm body too long, right? So the caravan too long. That's where my thought for that comes from. So, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the caravan's meant to simulate the worm body in shape.
So like simulate shape. Drumming is kind of like sort of like their calls to avoid each other. So that way they pretend to be a worm, not look suspicious by being too long or too short. And that's how they get through, by pretending to be a worm.
And there was a sled at the end, you said?
No, the sleds are what they... some of them aren't necessarily driving wagons. Some of them just have, like... It almost looks like a dog sled with just, like, one dude tied into it.
Okay.
Are these sleds, like... Are these the only fellows using sleds? Or are there other fellows using sleds around the desert?
It's not unheard of for caravans to use sleds like these.
Okay.
Especially if you're traveling over, like, the dunes, because wheels tend not to work very well on the dunes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so in that case, you're able to make as close as you can, approximate to a wagon that looks like the kind that they would be using. You're able to disguise Wally and Ardeus as Sovrani nomads.
And how long did it take for them to travel?
You're not even sure that they're there yet.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could ask.
Yeah. Ask the imp again if he's there yet the next day.
Yeah, just constantly asking you every day if he's there yet.
So day 3, nope.
Damn.
Day 4, nope.
Actually, while the days are going on, can we also eavesdrop on... Are there any more of these fellas in this town, or did they all leave to go to Iridides? Are people coming in like?
Yeah,
constantly?
not. There's definitely a much smaller amount of them after the caravan, but it doesn't seem like they're gone completely. There's still a few doing business.
Very good to know. 'Cause I kind of want to see how they greet each other, like if they do hand signs to do public greetings or hand signs during private meetings. And traveling back and forth.
So they don't appear to have a set in stone hand sign for greeting, but as a matter of habit, they seem to gesture at one another quite a bit.
Okay.
In what way?
Like Italians.
Okay.
How do Italians greet each other?
They just talk with their hands a lot, so almost every sentence is kind of accompanied by gestures.
Some hand movement as well. All right. And there's no uniformity to it. It's all like...
Yeah, a lot of it...
Fella.
You notice that a lot of it actually seems to be a little more similar between each individual, like, group, depending on the tree.
Alright. For the next couple days, while we wait for the caravan to come back, I guess, we should probably watch over... what's it called? What are they? The... Fig? Yeah, Fig. Should watch over the Fig fellas.
Big boys.
Fig boys. No, not Fig. The Citron fellas. They're the weapons. I believe, right?
Yeah, they're trading in weapons and poisons and whatnot.
Citron. Let's keep an eye on. Me and Wally, let's study that for the next week or two.
Maybe we should study specific people in them so that we can figure out which one to fucking yoink.
Figure out.
Yeah. No, that doesn't make any sense. Fine.
So one thing that you notice is that when there appear to be individuals who are accompanying the Citron group who are not Sovrani, it actually seems to come down to the Citron folks to hand out rations of liquids to them.
Oh?
While normally it is the figs who are handling food and whatnot, the citron tree folk actually seem to be doling out liquids to folks that you can clearly tell are not Sovrani.
Poisons? Maybe, yeah.
Well, they're, like, making them drink them.
Oh. These individuals that they're making them drink, they don't look Sovrani, right? Sovrani?
No, they don't. They,
Are they the slaves?
They look like they could be the oxen or the hogs.
Alright. It's not like customers buying weapons.
No. It's folks who are accompanying them, just kind of quietly.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we do have to pretend to be those guys.
Alright, yeah, perfect.
Can we maybe sneak a small sampling of what they're feeding them?
Yeah, somebody would be able to go invisible, sneak a bottle and bring it back to you guys, and you can confirm that it is the cactus rum that you are so familiar with.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Does the cactus rum smell or taste any different from any other type of alcohol?
It has a bit of a reddish hue to it, which is a little unusual for a rum.
Okay.
And does it look like our cactus rum?
Yeah, it's definitely from the same fruit, which has that reddish pigment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. I think I have a couple bottles on me, maybe one or two. I don't know. I don't know if
I think you guys did pick up some of the stuff that you still had stocked, so that you could take it with you to like compare.
I know
How
that
much
we always
should
have
we
it
get?
just in case we need to like.
Yeah,
You
our
know,
base at least
avoid
carries
stuff.
a couple, like one or two,
Mhm.
on his person for a little cheeky afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that thing with poison where if you keep taking it, it's trying to dull it out. Or trying to get used to it.
Me when I
With small
shoot
tips.
myself with tiny bullets to build up
Yeah,
a resistance to big bullets.
Eventually, a cannon won't hurt me.
Yeah. Ew.
All right,
The hell? That was the most fucking swallow I've ever heard.
so sorry.
It's so
Take
fucking
my mic's
visceral.
up.
You were my brainworm for a second.
Some random brain juices, hell yeah.
Imagine if you could be like, hey brainworm, give me some ASMR, and it just starts like scratching a nail across your brain, being like, is that good?
Like, yeah, just like, I need to go to sleep, worm. Like, just make some noise.
Lamau.
He just starts going,
Oh no. Can we assume that the brain worm is like eating my brain and shooting out the brain and making it psychic? Is that how it's going?
like the earthworms to the soil.
Yeah, but instead it's psychic.
It's kind of like what happens when you eat a pineapple, where you're digesting it, but it's trying to digest you back. So
did not know that.
your body is attempting to digest the brainworm as much as the brainworm is trying to digest your body, which is why both of you are changing.
Very cool. I'm the brainworm and the brainworm is me.
Yeah. So that
Can't live without
brainworm,
each other anymore.
yeah, that brainworm actually like could not live without you at this point.
Could I still live without the brainworm, or is that gonna give me like?
You could live
fuck with my
without the
brain?
brainworm, but it would give you severe depression.
Ah, shit. It would make me very depressed if I didn't have the brainworm.
Yeah.
Like, regardless if it did, if it mixed the chemicals in a weird way. Because he's like my friend. We've known each other thick and thin, maybe for like 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know each other more intimately than anybody else.
Yeah. 24/7. I know.
Yeah.
I know what like. He knows what makes me happy whenever the neurons fire in my brain, and I kind of get. I'm not sure anything about the worm. I just know he's in my brain.
The thing is, these brainworms normally don't end up in the brain of an alcoholic. So you've given him so much shit that he was not prepared for.
Lamau.
Poor brainworm. Poor brainworm. We'll find you a mate, brainworm, one day.
You're gonna fucking find another brainworm, and the brainworm is gonna come in and be like, "Bitch, you live like this."
Yeah. Let me out.
You just poke him back in with a Q-tip.
Yeah, just keep him in there. Okay, very cool. My very own friend, brainworm.
They should have a dating app for brainworms.
For brainworms. It's like a psychic dating app. It's like you go on a double date. Two fellas
Yeah.
with their brainworms.
Amazing. You just at the end of the date you go like ear to ear.
Yeah, it's basically third wheeling, but with one other fella third wheeling. Like,
Yeah, it's
so,
it's chaperoning. It's like we had to bring our moms to the date.
Oh no! All right, I'll find my brainworm a friend.
Yeah.
Or a waifu.
What a goal! I honestly don't think anybody on this planet has ever uttered the sentence "I'll find my brainworm a waifu" before.
Oh no, they're gonna lay eggs and reproduce in your skull. It's gonna be nasty.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, this is something that Futurama fucking did. There was straight up a Futurama episode where fucking brainworms built an entire city in Fry's body. and made him super intelligent.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Quest for brainworms.
Wonderful.
I don't think we ever studied the brainworm. I think we just accepted it as our days in brain. I think next time we go to Rudities, we should look up this brainworm. It's been in my head. It's been in my head for like 4 years.
Yeah. The brainworm's gonna be like, well, what do you need to know? Why not just ask me, huh? Well, you gotta read up on me. That's mighty suspicious.
Have I read about? I'm looking for your girlfriend, brainworm, or boyfriend. Whatever.
We're hermaphroditic. Excuse me.
I'll look for. Shit. I'll look for. I'll look for another brainworm. Then, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't worry, brainworm. You'll find love.
Stronger than Gumbo and Hercules combined. Yep. That show had a lot of episodes that are just generally applicable to fictional situations in general as tropes. Like that's the show that invented the term death by snoo snoo.
Oh.
Yeah, I only started thinking about worms because we're doing a worm adventure, I guess.
Worm adventure, yay! Okay. Fuck, that's what I should have named this episode. I should have named it Worm Adventure. Remind me to name the next episode Worm Adventure.
The next one for sure is going to be a worm adventure.
Worm Adventure, yeah.
Cool.
This is only Worm Adventure prelude right now.
Type it in the D&D chat. Next episode has to be named Worm Adventure. That way I remember. Because Worm Adventure is such a good fucking title.
I'll type it in. Here we go. Next episode.
Worm Adventure.
Worm Adventures.
Yay. Okay. Anyway, so I assume that you guys are hiding weapons in your wagon. You like got this wagon specially built so that it could have like removable panels that can store some of your weapons.
Yeah, some of our more unique weapons, yeah. But for basic ones like swords, axes, and whatnot, whatever weapons they're selling, we'll have out.
Yeah. Also, you need the floor panels in order to hide Loishka and Pumpkin.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that sounds like a weapon out of Golden Light.
What's it? What does?
A gun with multiple moving eyes and a very thick moving mustache.
Yeah, you're right.
Sounds like a Golden Light weapon. It would be called like Horny John Dead in Golden Light. But yeah, so yeah, the Ree and Wally disguised as Sovrani with the limited Sovrani phrases that you know from Iskra, occasionally communicating with Iskra to try and get some phrases. You're basically speaking Undercommon at like a first grader level.
Fine, these guys aren't usually talking that much, I assume. we should be pretty okay for the first, or at least after we get into the caravan. That's the only problem we'll have is getting into the worm line.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For while we wait for the imp to get back, I guess just studying up on the Citron's movement, trying to replicate it perfectly.
Yeah, you're just gonna spend like a decent amount of time just spying on them, studying them, and attempting to replicate it as best you can. Basically, like actors learning how to do an impression.
Ardeus
has performance, so
performance, and also okay. I was just checking his background thing, but that's for documents. But I could perform pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, between disguise self and your performance, you should be able to convincingly act as a Sovrani.
Okay,
and then having your mental connection to Iskra in order to translate things as best you can. Ardeus is probably going to be doing most of the talking.
Oh boy.
Yay, teamwork.
Yay.
Teach him just like calling them like dicks or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something really horrible about their mother, and they're gonna slaughter me on the spot.
Get slapped.
He's gonna misinform me.
Me when Iskra gets the whole party killed because it means Arugi gets killed.
Oh.
This is the same as the bomb threat. I could explode in a violent death, but Arugi would too. Sorry, Ardeus, I mean.
For my cool little rat.
Okay, in that case, next stream we will be able to move along with trying to get you guys into the caravan.
Here we fucking go, I guess.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Well now.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so that's where we'll pick up next time. This is probably where we're going to end for now, because it's 1 a.m. and I don't want to abuse my voice anymore. Because I still have to keep clearing my throat. But yeah, so you guys got all your info in. Today was a very info gathering stream.
Yeah. Very productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your info about who you believe the Sovra body snatchers to be, which is these Sovrani people, who their lifestyle of chasing worms around the desert to find food was disrupted by people who wanted to use the worms for industrial farms. And they seem to bear some kind of resentment towards those people, calling them things like the Heretic City and the Black Scar. So why could it be that they seem to be working with them?
I'm assuming they're being blackmailed. I mean, we do know that the worms are fucking with them, so they probably have something over them and the worms.
Yeah, and if you remember from last week, the captain informed you guys that his people were hunted near to extinction by their enemies.
Yeah, so pretty much that's why I assume they're calling on these things in grudge, and they just do it just to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, so in that case, the theory would be that the Sovrani people have effectively been subjugated by Erudities, Samaria, or both. And that is where that leaves us for now. So we'll act on more of that next time when you guys take a caravan to Grandma's house. Yay, we're going to Grandma's.
Yay, whatever that means.
We're going to Grandma's house.
Yay, Grandma!
Yay, Grandma. Grandma, what do you have for me? What presents do you have? And then Grandma's like, worms.
What big eyes you got, Grandma?
Worms. All the better to worm you with.
I hope this is gonna be a worm-centric culture. Like
Worm-centric culture.
Worm-centric? I think your culture is worm-centric. You fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you got a worm in your brain. I mean, literally, their symbol is a worm circle.
Yeah, we don't know what
True.
they have there. They might have like worm horses or something. Like,
Worm horses.
Worm horses.
well, we'll see.
All right.
I'm excited to see this worm land.
They just ride worms around.
Yeah.
That's what the idea our date is thinking right now.
It's just thinking, wow, they must have this magical, amazing land in the middle of the fucking desert. That's definitely awesome to live in and doesn't suck.
Lots of worms.
Yeah, with lots of cool worms.
God.
So our artist is pretty excited.
Yep. Good stuff.
Good
Okay.
one.
Anyway, we are going to end tonight's stream with a raid. Okay, I gotta hold on quickly. Okay, it looks like Boxo went offline. Okay, we are going to go on over to Glitchy Bastards, who is doing a subathon. She's been streaming for like the fucking 9 hours so far, I think. So go and hop into Glitchy Bastards' stream. Throw some bears down in her chat, and if you can find it in you to contribute to her subathon, make sure to go and do so. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow for the return of Surreal Game Dev streams, and then Monday on Honey's channel for Steins Gate, right?
Hopefully. Yeah.
And then Tuesday for some Etrian Odyssey. So, yeah, see you guys around. Good night. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
See ya. Good night. Bye. 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 Good night. Bye. See you. Good night. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.